let's continue. But
Pat, I gotta
isn't that
explain
what
to
it
me.
looks
He
like?
doesn't understand American politics.
Like it's such a disgusting font. Like there's no art display here. There's no.
No.
It's just ugly.
This is meant to give to like your. Oh my God! Did he just take him down? Whoa, buddy! Jeremy just took him down. Whoa! Whoa! Jeremy knows about meme. Oh my God. Honey. Babe. 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 Meme just got struck by Jeremy. Babe. Get the sleeve.
Get the sleeve, Mom.
Sleeve, Ma. Holy shit. My super chat just got wasted.
No refunds, Sean.
Jeremy, you fucking
Yes. I think Sean had the best reaction to my channel going down. That was so funny. If you're just joining us, I'm very late by 2 minutes. I apologize. Please hit the dislike button or the like button if you so care. Our channel is under attack. Unironically, I get to say those words now. It's been quite a couple days. That's what happened. So we'll go back in time a little bit because I'm not very good at certain predictions. How was everybody's weekend? Yes, how was everybody's weekend? I said this will be the last Jeremy stream, I believe, because surely there's no more milk in these udders. Okay, there's no way that he could do anything else that would mean we would have to do a show about him. We were going to cover Boogie. We had a couple of clips from various other people. We have a breast body cams, all sorts of things. But every time I say that, something happens. Something does happen. What's with the new profile picture? It's cute. It's a cat, okay? Oh, wait, it doesn't even work. When I do, it's got the old one there. Damn it. Because sometimes my camera fails, and then I've got a cutie cat. It's he's truding out. No, it's just adorable. And it matches my banner, which says Cope. Anyway, all right. Let me get my bearings for just a second, chat. Okay. So we got the old. We'll get the old. We've got a lot of stuff actually. Let me see. We'll get the cortisol picture up. There we go. All right. So, yesterday afternoon. Hold on. Let me zoom out this camera a little bit. There we go. This is what Jeremy needs. Jeremy's going to have this crazy segment where he talks about getting a macro wide-angle lens to do his card videos, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, 2 days ago or 1 day ago, depending on where you live, we were doing a quartering stream where we were covering just some various stuff, kind of wrapping things up before we got back into the regular swing of things. And then on that day, I decided, you know what? Why not? Why not dual stream today? I just had this feeling that today was the day I could be bothered to set up the dual stream. And now we're dual streaming on both YouTube and Kick. And it's actually pretty cool because you can see the chat from both of the streams. And oh my goodness, the Kick support has been so good, by the way. Like we might even hit 1,000 followers on Kick before the end of this stream. Who knows? I implore everyone to follow the link in the pinned description and at least follow or, subscribe or at least bookmark it, because that's where the stream will be if we get taken down again. Now, halfway through my stream and at the introduction of where you saw at the beginning was Sean, who, that was a very funny clip. So you can support Sean by going to thedragonstreasure.com and buying some delicious tea using code COPE. That's Sean's code. Anyway, we got hit by the most ridiculous claim that I think I've ever seen. And I'll talk a little bit more about that recently because it's not good. It's not good what happened there. But we continued the stream on Kick, and we had a lot of fun. We got a lot of support, and we even became a partnered Kick streamer in one stream, which is crazy. Like, I think we had like 50 people watching on Kick. The YouTube channel got taken down. It went up to 200. I think we got just under 400. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just email Kick and say, look, I know that we haven't quite met the requirements for being verified or even partnered or whatever, but would you be so kind as to, we had a big stream that got taken down. Would you, think about partnering me? They emailed me back in like 30 minutes and they're like, yep, here you go. Full privileges for everything. I'm like, what? It's that easy? And they're like, yeah, why not? And then I was like, okay. And they're like, oh, you just need to attach your Stripe account. And I was like, okay, this took 30 minutes. In fact, I would go so far to say if you could not set up a Kick account and Stripe account within a day, you must be doing something very wrong and perhaps cocaine brained. Who knows? It was so easy and so friendly. Really quite good stuff over there. Yeah, Kick was really awesome. I'm gonna take a time out in the middle to thank everyone on Kick and everything. And because some people did like subscribe and gifted things like when the stream wasn't live. So I have to go back and do that. So we're going to play some catch up. But we'll try and get into a bit of comedy first so people can enjoy it. Because when you get taken down by, you know, a stream, it does limit your reach. So you're like, a lot of these streams have been hitting over 1,000 people. Since we got taken down last time, we're down to 300 at the moment, which is really fantastic, honestly, for a YouTube stream. But it could be better if you hit the like button. If you get to 200 likes, then the YouTube it sends it out there. If you get 400 likes, that's when you hit like 1,000 live streamers, and it's all great. Of course, some of the audience will be divided between Kick and YouTube now, which is always, you know, what's going to happen. So, you know, no problem there, no problem there. All right. Alrighty, so let's get into a little bit of the Jeremy stuff, and then I'll talk about my problem. Then we'll talk about the newest expose by Luther Morgan. And by the way, just imagine making enemies with a guy called Luther. Like, how silly could you be? But Luther is actually the good guy in this situation. He's up against apparently the entire Brew Illuminati as he's trying to uncover what's going with this coffee company. But let's get into some various Jeremy seething first to entertain yourself. You see the folder fills up pretty quickly. Very, very quick. So I didn't show this last time, but Jeremy has, after claiming that he was going to be sober for 2 days, well, he got drunk and started posting again. Yeah, I can see this one here. When he just talks about some presidents, but then he responds to it with a Spanish "sí." And then people just I wasn't going to mention it, but it's just kind of funny. I see Max Murrah in the Kick chat. By the way, Max Murrah is the only person that is so special that he has his own emojis in the Kick chat and even his own introduction on my own live stream when he shows up.
Hello.
There we go. Maybe if you stick around in the chat long enough, you can get your own intro as well. We got 10 gifted subs by Night Shadow. We've got Billy Oakey with a 2 for an N. We have Jacob with a 20 Donkey Kong coins for an I. What do they mean by this, chat? We got a 10 R's with what's up with the new profile picture. It just matches my banner. Basically, the deepest lore of that is that me and Max were walking around Tokyo in Golden Guy, which is, it means a drinking street. It's not it's not anything weird, okay? It's just where you go to drink. And we found a bar called Akope, and it had that cute cat face, and I just took off the A, so I made it into Cope. And I just love that kitty. He's so smug. It is funny, though, that as soon as we switched to the cat profile picture, we got striked by some dog lovers, I suppose. Very interesting. We have Dad, it's only plastic, says Jeremy is desperate. His cortisol is spiking. We also have the Clint Beastwood says, when Flash runs, it's because he's a loser coward. We're going to be talking about Flash today. And we're going to be there's so many people I have to thank today. It's like I'd like I want an Oscar or some shit. It's weird, but I'm actually under attack. But it's been very heartwarming to see the support for little old me, even though I'm just a tiny little channel. When Jeremy runs, it's because it's an epic troll and he makes haters mad. Yeah, he's done this before. He always does it. And Chill Station says, gee, what does he mean by this? All right, we'll go through the Kick stuff now as well. Okay, so let's see. Oh my goodness, we got Real Shumpa. Or Shumpa, he gifted a sub. He also subscribed. We got Chorgon Stormhammer for a sub. We've got Girthman for a sub. We've got Manny for a gifted sub, and another gifted sub, and a subscribe. We got Puddingway for a sub. We got Shadow for a sub. We got Winter Shoulder for a sub. Shadow 1869 for 5 subs. We got Hannah Claire State for a sub. Reardon Steel for a sub. Is that the real Reardon Steel? I'm forever in his debt because I called him something else. But I have to play a little bit good boy today. We got Disobedient Dogman for 5 subs. And we've got Chorgon Stonehammer with another sub. Look, there will actually be some exclusive streams on Kick. I'm not leaving YouTube unless I get forced to leave YouTube, which actually may be a reality in the next couple of days. We're going to see. As something contacted me today, which I'm not too happy about. But there will be some unironic Kick exclusive streams, like the Friday stream stuff's probably going to be exclusive on Kick now. And I'll throw in some extra ones there. The Dino streams exclusively on Kick. We got the gaming stream for the Dino streams, but we can probably dual stream those, I think. We'll see. I'll definitely throw in some gaming streams on the Kick. at some point. So if you want to see those, you better be subscribed or in the Discord or follow me on Twitter. And we'll just see how it goes. I'm very busy this week editing, but my schedule frees up very soon. So we'll be putting in some stuff like that. All right. So everyone was making fun of Jeremy, put down the bottle and everything, put down the bottle. Exactly. That's what kind of messed up on. Now, Jeremy decided that, well, let me see. Hold on a second. I've got to hear us. Wait, sorry. I'm a little bit. There we go. Everybody's working for the weekend. Get inside me, you coward. I've got tweets to write. Jeremy, it's only Wednesday. It's goofy time. Yeah, it's goofy time, all right. Because what happened is today, and just as the casino decided to return, Yellow Flash, who also had a stream taken off of YouTube, but because of he was broadcasting the the political assassination attempt, they decided to go to Rumble. So they had a lot of missed super chats, which is what happens when a stream gets taken down. So he wanted to do a stream of just going through and reading all the super chats because people paid money and they deserve to have their chat read. At least that's what I believe. And many others do too. But something really weird happened. It was very, very strange. I think it's this part. Jer wants on. So after Yellow Flash announced that he was streaming, it says, look, he's there. Flashcast, Square Up, YouTube fucked us over, so we're making it up. Jeremy decided to post out. And I saw this happening in real time, and I believe these are all deleted now. He says, I will be appearing on tonight's Yellow Flash show. And I was like, that sounds odd. That's a pretty big turn of events for such a short time frame, right? Make sure you tune in. It's finally the time I get to be epically owned. It's time for me to be taken to task by an ultra smart boy. And so why not let it be on your show? And I was thinking to myself at this, like, what the fuck? Did Jeremy just invite himself onto a show and do his own announcement? That's some high level competence that I could only expect from a Tide Pod eater. The cringe of it all. He actually decided to just invite himself onto a show, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Flags was like, what the fuck? But he decided it was time to pull up. You can see here, he started only in a tweet post that could have only been propagated from the mind of Liquid Jeremy, or Liquid Courage Jeremy, as I should call him. Just big-brained, super moral, god-like Flash versus me. I can't wait. I'm super nervous, though, because he is likely to destroy me. But, well, 1v1 is only fair. Replying to some guy saying, you're going on a Yellow Flash? Yep. Replying again to another guy, he is going to be a pussy. Out. He's going to pussy out. Guaranteed, by the way. You're right here. I'll be on Yellow Flash. It's so fun to dunk on these artards. I have to be a little bit good today, Chad, and I'll tell you why later. You can go ahead and add another 40 million views to my side channel. So he was like tweeting at nobody, except for Yellow Flash, I suppose, but just like doing victory laps over nothing. And it was all very bizarre. It was all very bizarre. He started posting more. I will be posting on Yellow Flash Guy's show today. Make sure you tune in. It's finally time. I was like, okay, is it on? Is it on? And I was like, and the show was scheduled to start at the same time as Kino Casino, and I was also working throughout the day. So like my ears are getting thoroughly graped today because I've got like the Kino Casino on one ear and I'm listening to Yellow Flash on the other, because I'm trying to like keep track of everything. I'm also doing my work and I'm also saving all the posts from Kiwi's Farms. I'm being stretched thin, chat. I'm tired, boss. I want the Jeremy arc to be over. But yeah, this is pretty sad. Yellow Flash decided to respond to this saying, did you have this this is John Quartering asking about this. He says, did you have this prearranged, or is he just demanding space and attention without giving Flash time to prepare? If it's the later, Yellow Flash isn't a 10-year-old girl at the Renaissance Fair. That's some funny posting there, John Quartering. You're not just going to be able to barge your way into the conversation. Flash responds saying, tonight's live stream was to read super chats from my stream on Saturday. That was struck down now. Now the Quartering sprung up wanting to go on. Would rather get you to come on Saturday night for a real stream. I need to get all the tweets you deleted so that you can't say that they are fake. So Flash is like, what? I'm not prepared, but you know what? How about Saturday? Which is pretty reasonable. And by the way, allegedly this is going to happen on Saturday, but I think we're going to, like, what do you think, chat? Post 1 if you think Jeremy's going to show up, or post 2 if you think the Liquid Courage runs out. So Flash was like, very hesitant to let Jeremy on, because Jeremy has done some things in the past where he would try and get onto other people's channels, and then he would do some flag ops, okay? And he'd post some weird stuff, or, send in those super chats, the 1488 super chats, things like that, to try and get people displatformed. He did this to Jim all these years ago. So letting Jeremy on your channel is a big risk, because he will just try and say anything he can, like all the slurs. He was doxing Yellow Flash at this time. He was posting his pictures, saying his first name. I think that Yellow Flash doesn't actually, he's not like 100% anonymous anymore, but it's still pretty like a faux pas. It's obviously a faux pas. But Jeremy's just trying to like epically own people by going on, shouting the N-word, playing some, his favorite Reddit content or something. With the forced cream pies, stuff like that, to try and get people taken down. It's very cowardly behavior and very Jeremy behavior, honestly, if we're going to tell you the truth about it. So it's a risk, even though it might be entertaining. But then it got funnier than this, because you might think, okay, we settle it for Saturday and we do it on Rumble, because on Rumble you can't take down someone's YouTube channel if you say something naughty on their Rumble account, right? So that seems pretty reasonable. But then something interesting happened. The quartering. While he was fueled up with liquid courage, responding to Mr. Zombie, let me see. Like when you ran for the casino, they were talking about running. Let's see. Anytime they want. So, okay, this is important, actually. Anytime they want me on, I am ready. This has been my position for months. They hide behind wanting to see my financial reports because they know they will get embarrassed. Anytime they are ready, I am here. I'm inevitable. And then, what's this from behind the corners? Bearing responds. He says, you know what? I'll jump on. Oh my goodness. Not the Bearing. By the way, Bearing is one of the many people that shouted at my channel in the wake of being reported. I think it was Camelot responded, Alyssa Clips, obviously, Sean, Bearing, D-Day Cobra, surprisingly. That was a big one. Bearing, of course, and did I mention Yellow Flash and some others? If there's anyone I forgot, I apologize, but there's been like quite a lot of people that have been, shouting at the channel. It's been very interesting and heartwarming to see. I really appreciate it. And of course, everyone in the chat liking the streams and donating and subscribing and everything really means a lot to me. But this is so funny. So Bearing's just like, you know what? I'll jump on. Why not? And then with Jeremy, wait a minute, Jeremy, no. Nah, we can talk on your channel, man to man too. This is Flash's big chance. Don't rob him of him. Wait a second. Anytime they're ready, I'm here. He backed out immediately because Bearing could actually hold him to task, could prevent him from going on these tangents where it's just about his wife being under attack, which is not true. Bearing, as a former friend, maybe current friend, because you do hold your friends accountable. I don't know, like their relationship behind the scenes. Although allegedly Bearing said that Jeremy was like DMing him immediately saying, and I kid you not, disloyal Bearing, you rat, I made you. But I don't know the exact extent of those messages. Maybe Bearing will reveal them at a later date. But very, very funny stuff. And honestly, almost very WWE coded. Oh my God, it's Bearing down from the rafters. By the way, my throat is a bit sore. It might be a little bit nasally because unironically, my sinuses are under attack by the Chinese yellow sand. I had to get the article prepared for this to make sure that people didn't think I was making this up. But yellow sand occasionally just gets attacking Japan. And we get shattered with all this yellow sand. So we just have to deal with it. There you go. It's the Chinese yellow sand forecast. And I always thought it was just like pine pollen, but apparently it's unironically sand from China. So you can look this up. It's a very real thing, although it did happen last week, so maybe I'm just coping about it. Okay. Yes, it's the sand mess and the mentioning of it's happened already. All right, back to the quarter pounder folder. All right. So this is when Jeremy decided that he was actually running out of liquid courage. But it's going to be funny to see how this goes. He went out, he kept going throughout the day. You can see here posting pictures of Yellow Flash at, I believe, Anime Matsuri when he was a little bit chubbier and he was trying to hide his identity. I believe that in response to this, Yellow Flash posted a more recent picture of him where he's lost a lot of weight and shows his face. So whatever ammo that Jeremy thought that he had is completely gone. Now, part of this, by the way, is that Jeremy decided that he wanted to share his unsleeved media report history. Now, of course, this was one of the big sticking points for detractors because he was showing the report history for all of these channels except for unsleeved media. Now, the crazy thing about this, let me see if I can find the right one here. So Jeremy showed the report history, allegedly, of unsleeved media, and I have 4 problems with this. And he actually has a video where he goes on there. You can see the logo in the corner there, and he refreshes it several times to make sure it's not expecting elements or anything. Now, you can see there's the logo, and anyway, there's 4 problems I have with this. First of all, and I posted this on Twitter, is this really the unsleeved media account? Because anyone could just change their profile picture to the unsleeved media logo, and then they could show their report history, and then you can immediately do that. Jeremy fails to show that this email is actually attached to this account in this video. That's the first part. We can't even verify if this is accurate or not. Second of all, he does not show the report email that we know exists because we saw it in his recent tabs. Thank you for your report to YouTube. This is the email that Bering asked him about, and Jeremy swore up and down that it does not exist. But clearly it must exist because we saw it here. Jeremy showed a different email when he was trying to prove that this email doesn't exist. It didn't even have the same tagline. Now, if you recall last stream, but you probably don't because it was taken down, we mentioned how one of the Kiwi farmers decided to use their old gaming channel that is now dead. They flagged their own channel so they could see what happens on both ends. And they confirmed that the email that you see here, the thank you for your report to YouTube, is the same email that you get when you take down somebody's channel with these reports. So Jeremy is straight up just lying about this. But that's point 2. We don't even know if the channel is the real one. We don't know about this email. Thirdly, Jeremy's always said that he would take down channels with his back alley connections, his calls to YouTube, so it doesn't even matter. I heard somebody say the theory, and I don't know who it is, so I apologize for taking credit for it, but somebody said that most likely Jeremy took down the Kino Casino clip channel by using his YouTube contacts, and this flag report we see here in his inbox, this is for somebody else's channel. Right, because we know that Jeremy has flagged from that count before, so it should be showing up now. So maybe he flagged like another big YouTuber like D-Day Cobra or Yellow Flash, and that's what that report was for, before he realized he was going to get caught in this entire situation. Maybe that's why he refuses to show this email. That could be another one. And lastly, there is no way to know that he didn't just create a new account to report from. Like, it is kind of unfair, I suppose, because there's no way that he could actually prove or disprove himself in this, because he's already given different avenues for him to attack, like through the back-end YouTube connections that we know that he has, that he's used in the past, and he even used to talk about it. If you use the Generalizer, you can see him talking about how his users would send in channels that they could get Jeremy to take down. This is all on the Generalizer, which is a fantastic resource, by the way. It basically scans all the transcripts of every single one of his live streams. So unfortunately for Jeremy, there's no way to prove that he did not do this. But it doesn't even matter if Jeremy did it himself or not, because he started this culture of reporting. He started this flag war. And now that the nukes are flying, nobody knows who's attacking who. It gives cover. Everyone that has a problem with Alyssa Clips or myself or the Kino Casino boys or Yellow Flash or anyone, they can just throw a report in and Jeremy will take the blame. And this is the new normal. This is what we have to live in. Like, people's channels can be taken down, their livelihoods can be taken down because Jeremy started this entire thing by saying that he would use his channel connections to get people taken down. Jacob with a 20. He says, I had no idea he invited himself on. LOL. Yeah, that was really cringe. That was super cringe. But it gets worse. Like, it actually unironically does get worse.
But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
So, it starts to get worse. Apparently, Jamie with a 14. Zars. He says, on the east coast of Korea, the yellow dust sucks. Yeah. We're suffering over here with the yellow sand attacks. It's super effective as well. All right, so we'll go back to Jer Wants On. Let me see. Where were we? What one were we up to? All right, so we're up to about here. Now, in wake of Bering saying that he's going to come on, Yellow Flash changes his tune. And he's like, all right, you know what? We'll read the super chats. We'll also have you on. And he DMs Jeremy the link. So now the ball's in Jeremy's court. Jeremy can come on and join anytime, and Yellow Flash gets on, Camelot gets on, and Bering get on, and they start waiting and waiting and waiting. And so, like, obviously Jeremy got on, and there was a massive like it was just like the old days of like blood sports. Like F slurs were going everywhere. You know, people were crying. People were no, nothing happened because Jeremy never got on. He never went on. Pathetic. Pathetic. Wait, sad. Pathetic. He didn't even show up. He chickened out. He chickened out. Let me see. Jeremy decided to start declaring victory in his own mind, though, because he's completely deranged at this point. Yet another channel who has made endless videos, epically owning me. By the way, I don't know how many videos Jeremy has on Yellow Flash has on Jeremy. I assume it's like maybe, you know, less than 10. I think at this point I've done about 10 to 15. I can't remember exactly. How many videos did Jeremy make on Brie Larson? 150? Did she ever flag him? Did she ever complain about him? No. But he says he has backed out of a 1v1 conversation. It's almost like ... They know they're lying and they're afraid of something. Look, if the truth is on your side, it doesn't matter how many people are standing before you. Because the truth will set you free, Jeremy. But he refuses to go on because he knows that his friend, Bering, would hold him accountable. And whatever, like, op tactic Jeremy was going to do at that time, Bering wouldn't let it happen. Because maybe he was going to drop a big nuke on all of the people there, but then he couldn't bear to do it. See what I did? That was an accident, but very funny. Anyway, I offered two of these moral heroes a chance. I believe that these two is referring to Camelot and, well, actually, Jeremy's given this. Jeremy, I believe, was in Camelot's chat, but I think he's referring to Stuttering Craig here. So he offered it to Stuttering Craig and Yellow Flash. They both ran. I am done. Yellow Flash responds saying, "Oh no, you sprang on this last minute, probably because of some fireball. However, Bering has everything ready and can jump on. Let's do it." I can't really do this Kill Bill thing. You know what I'm doing, too. Tygo with a member, much appreciated. And Luther, the writer, he says, the MemeCopium channel is under attack fund. Yes, I need to get up my super berries to plant my orange orchard this spring, chat. And I got to make up for last stream because the appeal for my previous stream is underway. I'll give you all the details in a moment, but it actually might come back. So I don't want to say it just yet if it's going to be back or not. I did download the VOD and I was going to re-upload it to YouTube with some edits. But based on what happened after I appealed the strike, I decided it'd be better to just play it safe. So there's any super chat that was donated during that stream would probably, I think what happens when a stream is taken down is that the YouTube refunds your super chat at the end of the month. But if it's restored in that time, then it does get credited. So basically by that stream going down, essentially I lost about $255. That will either be refunded to my chatters or maybe YouTube just keeps it. I don't know. I guess we'll just find out. It's kind of a bit of a racket, isn't it? All right, let's continue. Let's continuing. Jeremy actually showed up in the Yellow Flash chat. Bring me on. I would love to talk. If your hero ducks, well then he cucks. Jeremy had the link this entire time. Jeremy had the link and he just refused to click on the link. What a absolute coward. Pathetic. Someone then said, Mouse said, get Ricada on and LawTube Sean, potentially Sean on for the maximum shit show. That would have been very funny. Like, imagine if it's just like a battle royale free-for-all. That'd be I would actually pay to see that, you know. Jeremy says, lol, I waited for an hour for a response. You know what? To be fair, I'll let him schedule it another day. Oh my goodness. Live to fight another day. That way he can do it normal stream and he can prepare. Smiley face, winky face, not mad, LOL. Now, Jeremy then, while everyone was waiting, the entire internet was waiting, thousands of people in Yellow Flash's chat, tens of thousands of people in the Kino Casino chat, all waiting. Nothing happened. Jeremy's like, stream later, ? Posting a box of what looks like Magic the Gathering. I don't know. Basically, while everyone was waiting for him and he had the link, he could have gone at any time. If anyone tells you that Jeremy wasn't allowed to, you know, say his piece, he's lying to you. He had the link. He could have came on. He chose not to because he was scared. He then starts talking about like random stuff, like his trail cams. Are there any better trail cams than Reveal? The reviews are always really high, but I find the cameras to be substandard at best. Oh, I guess they're not good enough to capture that forward F-150 on his property, eh? I have about a dozen of them. Oh, but no forward F-150. And switching apps would be a pain, but they aren't just that great. And he's got so many cameras, chat. And I'm gonna have some camera cope in a second. All right, we'll get into that part later. So I guess we'll take a look, shall we, and see what actually happened on the Yellow Flash stream. I'm going to like the video for Alyssa. How many people we have on Kick? We got over 100 viewers on Kick. Big support. Spam those emojis. There's some special emojis in there. How many we got on YouTube? We have 600 people on YouTube and 200 likes. Can we get those likes up? I would much appreciate that. All right. So this is what happened at the Yellow Flash stream. And this is clipped by Alyssa, obviously.
That I didn't get to read on Saturday because...
All right.
How are you, man?
This is Bearing and Yellow
Good.
Flash.
It's a little different stream than I thought I was going to
Or
do.
Kevin Flash, I suppose. I guess he changed his name because I guess Kevin's his first name. And Jeremy was trying to like dox him and stuff.
Way to go over the super chats.
Dox him.
I didn't get to read on Saturday because the stream got flagged down.
Yeah,
And then go to bed, but I guess.
Oh,
we'll
wait,
see what happens.
hang on. Did your stream get flagged down?
Yeah, it got taken down. Like we were watching the Trump assassination news coverage, and a Secret Service agent was walking through the hallway with a rifle wielded, and it took me down for firearms. I don't want to explicitly.
Right, I'm gonna skip forward a bit till let's see when Camelot gets on. We'll add we'll get to this part. So there's a bit of chatting, but there's a few things in here that are very interesting. Mostly just Bearing to actually. Let's see if I can find that real quick. If I just because I feel like they should show that part at least. Because I don't know exactly when it happens. If I search for loyalty, it should come up here. Loyalty. Oh, is it here?
Loyalty and everything
right.
you'd sort of expect. And he was going nuts, accusing me of.
So this is Jeremy in the DMs. I want to
you and said, "Is this on?" And then a minute later, Jeremy's in my DMs, the first time since I released that video last week about this whole situation. And he was going nuts, accusing me of disloyalty and everything you'd sort of expect.
Oh,
from him.
you're disloyal.
Yeah.
He got mad about your video.
Yeah. And then I said, so what was unfair about it? Did you watch it?
I thought it was pretty fair, actually. Yeah.
Well,
he said no. You didn't even really talk about the cuckold stuff.
Well, he said, no, I didn't watch it. So I said, well, why don't you watch it, man? And then comment. So, I said, look, I'll happily jump on. I'm happy to talk to you. So, is he coming or?
He asked for the link and I sent it to him.
He's got the link.
Like he hits me up an hour before. I didn't even know that he was.
Can we get some disloyal Bearings in the chat? We actually had Bearing in the stream the other day. I was like really surprised. It's crazy the amount of people that like are following this story.
Doing that till somebody messaged me and said, yeah, he's like trying to jump on your shit. So, I mean, he's trying to set rules for this and everything. I'm not prepared for this. I need to have tweets like these pulled up because, I mean, that's what we're here to talk about, right? The flagging.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and look, it's the general air of YouTube. I've heard people say the YouTube ecosystem, and I think that's right. There's just there's a fear that no matter what people do, it's going to get flagged down. Like I didn't realize you'd been flagged. I think MemeCopium got flagged.
Oh, let's fucking go.
A few days ago.
Ah, he said the magic word. Ah, he knows. I think this is the right time. Actually, I didn't realize that that I was going to be mentioned here. Actually, but I will take this opportunity to explain kind of my feelings on this and what actually happened in my situation. So I've talked about this. A lot of people have talked about this. But when the nukes start flying, everything becomes a radioactive wasteland, and only cockroaches can survive. People that make absolute slop. I gotta say, I love the kick emojis. They're so fun. Oh my goodness, they're so fun. Uncle status acquired. Oh, but yeah, like a lot of people have said this, and I've been harping on this a lot. And we had a stream get taken down. And what happened was we got taken down for this weird nudity thing, which is the same thing that happened to Alyssa, and the same thing that happened to a bunch of other people. I think it happened to, I want to say Smash JT. It was just, I think it happened to Mike, More, myself, obviously. And what happened is the stream went down. It got immediately taken down on YouTube because people figured out this is a very effective way to remove streams and content in general. And I was like, what the hell? But I decided to, cooler heads prevail. So I decided to keep going, have lunch, spend some time with some people, and then appeal this and decide whether I want to appeal. I decided to appeal. And I was like, all right, I'm going to appeal. The appeal came back, but they decided to age restrict my video, and that's fine. I was like, okay, so I've got my strike has been reversed. That's fine. It's age restricted, so no, it won't get sent out. What I'll do is I'll download the VOD and I'll re-edit it and re-upload it, and then I'll edit out some, maybe some of the more edgier jokes, and it'll be okay, right? That'll be fine. So then my YouTube boys, the YouTube frogs, can enjoy it too. While I was doing that, I got a second strike, this time for harassment. And I tend to look at the timestamp, and it's the most ridiculous thing. It's Jeremy when he's talking about his 2 dads, and I'm just repeating what he says. I'm not making fun of him. Well, I mean, we are making fun of the ridiculousness of the situation, but I'm not insinuating that he is actually gay, right? It's just it's a joke. It's a joke. We're not actually committing hate crimes on the stream or anything. It's ridiculous. So I'm like, this is absurd. This is patently absurd. I will try to appeal. But the thing is, on YouTube, if you appeal once, you don't get to appeal again. You have no option. You have no recourse. So they apply a strike to my channel. It actually happened. I got a strike. And they had to put me through YouTube school where you have to do the questions. And I kid you not, like, well, I mean, I linked some of the questions in Discord because they're just like ridiculous. But importantly, in the YouTube school, there is a question which is like, it's actually literally what Jeremy is doing. Like there's one question in the YouTube school where it's like someone is filming people in public and doing creepy behavior, is talking about this person is talking about this person harassment. And I said no, and it's not, because that's a public service, right? That's a public service announcement. That's legal on YouTube. So all we were doing when we were doing the Renaissance Fair watch and all that, that was all public service, because this guy is a creep. He is going around targeting women, filming them for his chat, and then putting creep shots down people's shirts and things. It's disgusting. Everyone should know that this is not acceptable behavior. So I appealed it. Well, I tried to, I couldn't. And I had to strike, and I had to do the YouTube school, which means that in 90 days, that will be lifted from my account. But like having a strike on your channel is a scary thing, because you only get a certain amount of them. And if you have a bad few streams, you get to 4. And well, there's like 1 warning, then you get 3 strikes. That's how it works. Your YouTube channel is yeeted and you're just gone. And that's a scary position for a lot of YouTubers. But it's like a lot of people have had them before in this sort of space. So it's kind of like first time, huh? First time. But something else happened. Something else happened. I was like, all right, you know what? You can't beat City Hall, so we'll just we'll try and be good boy for 90 days, which so June 2026, July, whatever. We're going to be free from that. But I got a DM. And it kind of scared me a little bit, but it might be good. Well, let me say it this way. It's either very good or very bad, chat. So I got a DM, and I think it's because people were talking about my situation, because I didn't at YouTube. Usually if you want to get like, anything done on YouTube, you have to at YouTube. And then like if you're popular enough, like if you're, if you're like Tug, or Umbrella Guy, then maybe you can get a response. But I decided, you know what, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to at YouTube. I'm not going to make a campaign to get this strike removed. I'm just going to deal with it and just take my lumps and move on. And we'll go from there. But then I got a DM because I guess people were talking about it, and it's YouTube. Like I actually got contacted directly by a YouTube rep, and they want to know more about the situation. So I was like, uh-oh, this is either very good or very bad. So, I mean, let's vote in the chat. Do you think it's very good? Press 1. If you think it's very bad, press 2. There's really only 2 ways about this. It's either going to be very good for me or very bad for me. So, I mean, maybe you want to subscribe on Kick before it's too late. I don't know. But I gave them a lot of details. And they were actually seemed to be very interested in certain details about a certain somebody. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be very interesting. Maybe it'll be very, very interesting. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, this brings me to like probably the cringiest part of the stream. Because I'm going to stop telling jokes for a second and be real. I apologize for that. But let me try and gather my thoughts for a second. So, when you start talking about people that have the power that Jeremy has, you put yourself in the line of fire. And when you start getting strikes, you start getting closer to being removed from the platform, obviously. And, you know, with my channel, it's a small channel. It's not my livelihood, but it is a fairly tidy hobby. And, you know, it's in the realm of thousands of dollars a month. This is what I stand to lose. So I thought to myself, do I want to play it safe? Do I want to stop talking about all of this? I can just count my coins and cover Disney slop or talk about weirdos that don't have any power. I could start punching down, or I could keep punching up and risk my channel's deletion, even though I believe I've done nothing wrong, and I will stand by that. And I thought about this like all day. Well, actually not for that long, because I came to a decision pretty quickly. And this is the cringe part, I apologize, but I was thinking about the phrase, for evil to prevail, all that needs is for good men to do nothing. And this is just YouTube, okay? Let's not super serious or anything, but this is what I'm feeling now, is that these people, they want a culture of fear. They want people to be afraid to post, tell the truth, and to criticize them for the shitty things that they're doing in real life. This is what they want, and it's already been effective. Like, you see the Maddie streams are being taken down preemptively to edit stuff. They want people to stop talking about them because they know that they're in the wrong. And these communities, they just want to go out and basically bully people around, like smaller people that, you know, bring to light what they're actually doing. So I thought about it, and I was like, it's very easy to tell people to stand up to bullies. It's very easy to say, look, you have the power to do something, go do it. But when it's your money on the line, when it's your neck on the line, what do you do? And this is the situation that I'm in at the moment. Do I actually put my money where my mouth is? Like I said, it's like in the realm of thousands of dollars a month. It's not great. It's not terrible. And if I lost it all, I'd be fine. I have a real job. You know, if it was my only job, maybe I would think differently. If I, you know, I don't know. But I decided, you know what? We're going to keep going. The Jeremy coverage doesn't stop. I'm not fucking going, Jeremy. You're gonna have to rip me out of YouTube with your paws, your hands. Okay, I'm not fucking leaving until they force me out. I don't give a shit. I'm right. You shouldn't creep on women in public. You shouldn't film people in public down their t-shirts. You shouldn't scam your audience. You shouldn't shill boomer slop sushi rations for the apocalypse, 5G blocking buttons, cookbooks that don't have any shit in them. It's bullshit. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. This is just public service announcements. So I'm sorry. That's the cringe part over, okay? I know it's not, it's just YouTube, okay? Settle down. It's just fucking YouTube. But I do feel that this is where I have to make a decision, and this is the decision, is that the coverage continues. So suffer, Jeremy. We're not fucking leaving until they force us out. So we'll see what YouTube comes back with. It could be a permanent strike. It could be even worse than that, or it could be very good. Maybe they just remove everything. Maybe we can put our faith in YouTube to do the right thing. You never know. It could happen. Crazier things have happened. All right. I'm going to get off my fucking soapbox now and go back to like talking about silly things on the internet. But Chill Station with a 5 says, stop flagging channels, you fucking bum. Very true. Very true. I think I missed some things on Kick. We've got Manny gifted a sub. Nose Goblin gifted 5 subs. Nose Goblin subscribed. Disobedient Dogman gifted a sub. Ziggy gifted 10 subs. Big support on the Kick stream. All right, I had to get that off my chest. We'll see if it's the right decision or not, but I mean, this is the only way you can deal with people, right? I've always said that I want to be someone that punches up, and now it's my opportunity to do so. But part of punching up is, well, not everyone makes it. They expect some of us in the wreckage, brother. It'd be like that sometimes. All right. I'll try and be less serious and get back to the lols for the rest of the stream. Okay, how about that? Moves to you with a 10 says, for the war chest, much appreciated. Much appreciated. You know, I think actually Jeremy's taller than me. Like, I'm 6'3". Everyone says he's 6'5", so it unironically is punching up. So that's kind of fun. You're cringe, but you're free. That's true. That's true. I'm a free man. All right, and let's continue with this yellow flash thing, okay?
And whether or not Jeremy pressed the button, I think it's created a bit.
Yeah, this is actually the most salient point, I think, from Bearing's not documentary. It's not that serious. I mean, it's just a YouTube video. I mean, documentaries can be on YouTube as well, though, but for real. But like, Bearing's video was very good, very concise, and he really nailed home the point. And I think Camelot, to his credit, also, my boy Camelot 331. In our darkest hour, the most strangest of allies, Camelot came to the call He answered the war horn. But Baring really brought out the point that it doesn't really matter if Jeremy's the one throwing these strikes. He's created this culture where it's okay to do so, and that's the more important part. A lot of people are starting to believe that it's just okay to strike people. And Yellow Flash has talked about this as well, in that Yellow Flash is part of an MCN, a multi-channel network. And back in the early days of YouTube, you had to be in an MCN. You couldn't get anything done basically without one. And if you wanted to do gaming content, you basically had to be a member of Machinima. And they were basically giant parasites. They would just steal your money, and then they would help you sometimes. But it seems that Yellow Flash is, or Kevin Flash, I suppose we should call him, having his MCM actually has enabled him to get rid of strikes on his channel. So is this what we're going to have now? Because everyone's throwing strikes, we all have to join MCNs who are going to take 10, 15, 30% of our revenue just to protect ourselves from this new warfare? It's ridiculous. But I appreciate the support. Doom with a £250 says, internet stronger together. We are beginning. Very true. And Pod Lucky with a 100 said, let's start the war. No ham babies. Actually, speaking of ham babies, somebody found part of the Gen Con streams. They've only got day one and not before Jeremy gets loaded up on Liquid Courage. So there is parts of it. I think there is, let me see. I found this. There's not that many funny clips in it, honestly, but I did find this one. This one's very cringe. And this is like the behavior that I was talking about. Like when he's at the Renaissance Fair, he's drunk, so he's really letting his sober thoughts, his drunk thoughts coming through. Wait, no, there's sober thoughts coming through his drunk mouth. But this is the most cringe thing. So he's at Gen Con, which is a gaming content thing. He sees some woman in the crowd with blue hair, and he's like, oh my God, guys, target acquired. We're going to go epically troll her. Let's go, chat.
Oh, I got one, boys.
We got one, boys.
There are only two genders.
The cringe of it all. I see a blue hair person. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. There are only two genders. Then he runs away. He whispers there's only two genders.
There are only two genders.
Look how the whisper of it all doesn't even give a shit. It's like, what the fuck? Runs away. You can see he bows his head in shame. Virgin walks away. Immediately runs away. How pathetic. Sad. Pathetic. Also, by the way, there are some very funny, basically the only funny other parts of this stream, because I went through all of it. Okay, I was in the shit mines looking for diamonds, and nothing came up. I'm afraid there is a segment with Brittany. He's talking about wanting to impregnate Brittany Venti, which is pretty weird and creepy. But I think a lot of people have already covered that and stuff. It's nothing too new. There is some very funny, rotund cargo short shadows throughout this stream, is how I'll describe it. But I just imagine it's like there are two genders. Walks away. This is just a lady. This is just a lady sitting down with her friends, having a cup of coffee, and some 6'5" monstrosity comes up to you and is like, there are two genders. And then he just disappears. I mean, the only thing, she probably didn't even hear him. The only thing she maybe turned her head is because of the stink lines. I don't know. We got Blazy with a 5 says, F Jeremy, no quarter for the quartering meme forever. Much appreciated. Big support on the return stream from the flaggoning. Have a flagon on me, boys, tonight. So that's the only really funny part I could find of that, which was, well, it was just cringe, right? Very, very cringe. Where was the, oh my goodness, where was I? Here? All right.
Bit of a swell, like a bit of a flagging war. Who knows what sort of gay ops are going on, sort of thing. So
exactly.
Look, I'm just here to tell him straight, and to answer any questions he's got about,
So this is the one thing that Flash brought up, is I have shown, like, this is the most disingenuous thing. And wait, sorry.
Telling
this, there's so much thing. I guess the Jeremy. Sorry, brain fart there. The quartering is going there. Yellow Flash is going through his quartering folder, and it's saying, I have shown unrefuted video evidence that I have not in fact flagged. This is the most disingenuous thing you could say, to not even acknowledge the possibility of having another channel, or that he could create another channel. Is it unfair that he can't prove that he didn't flag them? Perhaps. But he wasn't fair when he was saying that he was going to take them down in Josh Moom's DMs anyway. But if Jeremy can't at least admit that this is not evidence because he could use these other methods, then he is just being intellectually dishonest. And apparently that's the only thing they'll get through to his audience. He's misleading. He's disingenuous. He's a flaggot. Yes, indeed. L YouTube, okay.
Video because he seemed
He flags
very
things.
insulted about it. And I thought I was very fair. I thought I did the friendly thing. Friends tell each
Yeah,
other
more like fairing. I'll just get off the fucking stream now. Bye-bye.
the truth.
You know what's interesting about this, Flash? The thing that's interesting
You
about
can see through all of these. He's like saying he's trying to reach out to Evil Eddie. By the way, apparently Evil Eddie's on my side now, so let's fucking go. Like honestly, I couldn't be happier with the support that we've received on Kick, and also the actual communication with a real person. They even reached out for me for a steak deal. But I don't think I can take it because there's no gamba in my country except for the 4 legal forms of gambling. That is like horse racing, motorboat racing, cycling racing, and motorbiking. So unfortunately, I can't take that. Not that I would, but I just wanted to be entertained by the steak deal.
this is because Jeremy just showed something on his Twitter. It was like a screen recording, and he could literally just change his profile picture to Unsleeve Media for 2 seconds. Screen.
I think Camelot's reading. I'm going to say that he's reading my tweets, but that's fine. We're all stealing content from each other. It's all good.
Record and change it back if he wanted to.
Although this is pretty obvious conclusion to come to it. That's why I came to it, because it's the pretty obvious one.
I'm saying
I did think about that after I released my video because he showed me his flagging history. But I mean, yeah, that sprung to mind with me as well. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's the big dogging and the fucking and just the kicking off of the flagging war that's the issue here. Because,
Exactly.
Because there is a flagging war. It is happening.
Oh yeah, there is 100%. Because I've had a few things I had to get fixed now. I had one of my videos get age restricted. I got that fixed because I'm in an MCM, which is like it's funny how it shifted. It's good to be in one again because they actually can get you a human reviewer.
I was just thinking that the other day. I'm still in one as well. And I renegotiated with him like ages ago and said, you got to drop your percentage or I'm fucking off. But I'm glad that I'm still in it because that could be a little bit of protection at least.
well, I'm screwed.
Suffer Camelot. No.
Well,
Poor Camelot's gone through Camelot has unironically been through a very strange YouTube arc, like, to be fair. Maybe he does need an MCM because like he went through this weird, like when everyone was talking about shadow banning and the algorithm was like not pushing their content, it's always cope. It's like literally always cope. But Camelot had something really funny happen to him. And I noticed this. He was because he was almost always at 800 live viewers and he has a very dedicated audience. Like they give him hundreds of dollars every show. They always show up for whatever he's talking about. And it's the kind of audience that every YouTuber wants to, or every content creator desires to have. And then Camelot went down to like under 200 live viewers, very strangely. And I was like, what? I was like, this is very odd. Even if it was just super, super odd. But then he now he's back up over 1,000 again. So like, I am standing by the statement that shadow banning is fake cope, and that anyone that says it is just complaining that the audience doesn't want to watch their content. I think that's true for every case, but Camelot's a really strange outlier that I don't know how to explain. And then he also had this really weird YouTube chargeback thing where YouTube was taking like $10,000 from him, or maybe even more than that, because of chargebacks from like one of his supporters. That's another strange story as well. So I have no idea what's going on with Camelot's channel. Maybe he actually unironically does need like an MCM. Who can say? But he doesn't have one, so that's my boy Camelot is not going to get it, I guess. Bobshu with a 5 says steak can make your dreams of being a pro pachinko player streamer a reality. Well, pachinko is a form of gambling in Japan, but it's not technically gambling because you don't play for money. You play for metal balls, and then you go around the corner and sell your balls to somebody else. Just like you have to sell your balls to YouTube if you want to stay on the platform.
recipes.
How are you, Camelot? I don't think I've spoken to either of you guys before. I watch both of you. I really like both of your content.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you, dude.
You're in a race on the weekend, weren't you?
Yeah, I raced at Talladega.
He's a racist. He likes Zoom Zoom. He's friends with Malcolm in the Middle. I actually think that's pretty cool, despite the fact he's also called Crash a lot. Liana Taylor with almost 30 Canadian dollars says coffee. Yes, I love the coffee. We're going to get into Luther Morgan's coffee video later on. But yeah. Race wars only on Talladega, okay?
My home race in the NASCAR weekend on there, and we ran.
All right, let's skip through a bit. Let's see if there's anything else here. Because I think basically they just sit around and they're like, where the hell's the quartering? I was wondering if Alyssa Clips is going to add some of the chat. But there is one thing that happens at the end here, and I was really hoping this would be on Flash's channel or in the clip. because after sitting in the chat, pretending to not have the link for over an hour, I think it was, Yellow Flash is like, all right, guys, Jeremy's not going to get on. I've read all the super chats. Bearing is gone. Camelot's gone. Time to shut down the stream. The moment he said, and I was watching this live, so I don't have a screen recording, but I saw this happen. The moment he said, all right, guys, I'll see you next week, Jeremy started typing in chat as fast as he can. It was like clickety clack, click. It was like a dolphin. It was like there was so much clicking. It was like a dolphin operating a telegraph or some shit. And he's like, I'm ready to come on now. I'm ready to come on. Where are you going? You running? You scared, boy? You scared? The second he knew the stream was over, that's when big dog Jeremy came out again. Ridiculous. Such cowardly behavior. It's literally the embodiment of when the guy, you're in high school or some shit, and you're standing like this. You're standing by you. Let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him. And it's like you pretend your guys like pretend you're just walking into the friends so you don't have to fight them. It's pathetic. It's such pussy whip behavior, Jeremy. You can't keep doing this. It's embarrassing. He clearly must know that he's embarrassing himself because it's just ridiculous. We got Stop Moss with a 10, says Crashlot adds nothing to this and isn't funny, and will still crawl back to Nick the second he's invited on. Surprising, like, I don't know. Look, Camelot's just a man. I think, here's my honest thoughts of Camelot, okay? I think he has some bad taste in friends. I think he likes to party. I think he likes to zoom. And I think he likes to make sure that he can pay his mortgage. But I think that his racing is pretty cool, to be honest. Like, I couldn't do that. Even if he does crash a lot, that is kind of funny. But like, I have to look. Camelot answered the call because apparently, this is another thing I didn't mention. But the second that my channel was going down the other night, my stream was being taken down, Jeremy showed up in Nick's chat, and Camelot was the first person to say MemeCopium gets struck down during his stream, and immediately after, the quartering checks into Ricada's chat asking him where his allegiance lies. Oof, what is happening? That is suspicious. That is suspicious. I don't know about that. That is very funny. Didn't Camelot successfully race though this weekend? Like there was like a massive crash, as I understand. I don't watch Zoom, but I heard there was like a massive crash of like 15 cars or something, and like I think Camelot was one of the 4 that survived. It didn't crash his car, so there you go. All right. So that's the Yellow Flash segment. All right, now Warski, who I've been stealing a lot of tweets from recently. While Jeremy was trying to big dog everyone and get onto Yellow Flash's channel and everything, he started trying to show that everything is going just fine. He posted this tweet. Now I'll let the chat decide what is missing from this screenshot. If this is the downfall, then I beg, please let me keep failing. This is just the last 90 days, loving every moment of it. And you can see here, he has 61 million views, 2.5 million watch hours, 65,000 subscribers, and dollars. Why are you hiding the dollars, Jeremy? Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? Why are you hollering? Why are you hiding? Why are you hollering? Now, all of these numbers mean literally nothing. Well, actually, these 2 numbers are very interesting. Because if you take 61 million views and divide it by 2.5 million watch hours, and then find out the average watch minutes, that means the average Jeremy viewer is watching 2 minutes of Jeremy's content. His average view duration is under attack. 2 minutes of average content on the Jeremy channel. Now, we know the reason that he's hiding his revenue. It's very simple. First of all, YouTube Shorts don't make very much revenue. And if I go back into my Quarter Pounder folder, and I mislabeled this one, unfortunately. This one, here we go. We can see that in the last 90 days, over 62% of his views come from Shorts. So first of all, you can basically wipe away 40 million views from this 90-day period. Like every 1 million of these shorts is worth at most maybe $150, in some cases lower. But, I guess he's been stealing 3-minute shorts as well, so maybe it's a bit higher than that. That's why his average view duration is only 2.5 minutes, basically, is because all the views are coming from shorts, and shorts only make about $100 per million views. So right up there, he's just making, $3,800 a month out of shorts, which sounds great until you realize that he's paying his co-hosts $500 an episode each. That's $1,000 a pair. I mean, well, between them. And all of these other people, he said he was paying a shorts guy $4,000 for this slop, all sorts of expenses, and he's using his YouTube to subsidize his other failing businesses. So that's why he can't show the money, because first of all, it's going to be very low. But just how low can it go? Because there's a secondary problem here. Not only is, what did we say? Got a goldfish brain today. 40 million. Not only did we say that 40 million of these 61 million views is from shorts, Jeremy has also stated in the past and again that he is paying for YouTube views. And you can do this legally through the YouTube promote feature. And I believe I saw Nova in the chat, because I think this was Nova's screenshot. And here we have the evidence right here. He was trying to watch a Clownfish TV episode, or whoever took the screenshot was. And you can see here that the quartering has used the YouTube sponsorship feature to feature 12-minute quartering videos as ads on other people's content. Apparently, Nova's saying it was him. How's it going, Nova? So basically, he's paying $30,000 a month or something to YouTube to pump up his views. And here's the thing with YouTube Promote, because I have actually experimented with this feature in the past. It's not great. If you're Pepsi, if you're Adidas, or Adidas, I guess, I don't know. If you're a company and you want to sell a product, this is a great feature because it forces people to see your product. And when even if they press skip button, they've already seen the Pepsi label. If you're a YouTuber and you're using this feature, there's a couple reasons to do it, but kickstarting your channel is not one of them. First of all, these views cost money. Second of all, these views are not monetized. Thirdly, YouTube has separated promoted YouTube views and regular YouTube views from the algorithm that actually distributes your content. What that means is if you show 10,000 people a YouTube promoted video, those 10,000 people are completely separated from your channel, because what happens is, and this was exposed by, I believe, the Spiffing Brit, you could actually use this feature to destroy someone's channel. What you could do is you could place an ad on someone else's channel and then direct their entire audience to be coming from India or something. And this would destroy their metrics of who's watching their content and send their channel into a nosedive, because then they would no longer be like, if you start posting videos on like, how to wipe your ass or something, and then this is promoted to India and nobody watches it, YouTube says, oh, well, it's got a click-through rate of like 0%. Nobody's watching it. We won't promote this channel anymore. So to fix this problem, they separated them entirely. Just like the YouTube short algorithm is completely separated. You have these YouTube shorts in their own sphere. You have YouTube regular views, views that we make, basically like actual YouTubers make. And then you have the YouTube promoted views. They don't interact at all. It's a complete waste of money. And that's why Jeremy can never show his revenue tab. Because if he shows you how much money he's making on 61 million views, everybody knows that it's over. And the funny thing is when we were looking at Jeremy's channel, and a few other people noticed this as well, he had a recent video. I think it was about, I forget. I think it was either about Trump or Benny Johnson or something. And it got over 60,000 views, which is pretty good for Jeremy. Now, he's stated that if his videos get less than 100,000 views, they are a financial failure. But it looked like Jeremy was breaking the ceiling of 30,000 views on his videos. And now we know that he's just buying views again. Just one more round of bought views. Just another $30,000. Just another $30,000 in ads, and the channel's going to pick up, guys. Just one more round. Just one more round, Google AdSense, please. That's why he can't show this. And what a pathetic thing to show. Like, who gives a shit if people are watching your content? It's about the money, right, Jeremy? It's about that cheese. But you're not getting anything. That's why he can't show. How pathetic. How can one man so thoroughly self-felt himself, okay? It's like I'm watching an episode of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. An entirety of Jeremy's house and everyone in his world is made out of actual literal felt. But fantastic show, by the way. Hang on a second. I got some new clips, actually. What about our boring chair?
What about our boring chair?
That could be an electric chair.
That's where the flagget should go, I think. The L, flag with an L. Doom Studio says Savvy went off on last night on Jeremy. It was glorious. I think I have one of Savvy's tweets here. I do, in fact. I think that's responding to a Brittany Venti, and we're getting to the coffee segment. Potentially Sean sending another super chat that he will never be redeemed of because he's getting grifted once again. No, just kidding. It's weird considering Camelot helped Nick to screw up Pippa's livelihood. I mean, it's odd, but that's also VTuber stuff. I don't know about that. Jefferson C. Post with a 2 says Bearing sounded so shattered about Jeremy. That's like the real thing is like they did hundreds of episodes together. They were like the three amigos. They were Jeremy, Dankula, and Bearing, and they were felting the SJWs, I guess. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch their podcast. But I did watch one of Bearing's videos recently, the one about the Aboriginal Australian woman with the mole on her head. That is so funny. Holy shit, that's so funny. We might actually take a peek at that on Kick exclusively on Friday, provided the boys are free to stream. We'll see about that. We might have a good old-fashioned Friday stream. That is really, really funny, though. Apparently, Bearing's missus, Sugar Tits, I think her name is, got her channel demonetized for inauthentic content, which is crazy. So even the Australian bears are being hit. And Jeremy's able to steal freeboot content with 3-second intros, and he's not inauthentic content. Ridiculous. But yeah, Bearing seems pretty funny. I've seen a few of his videos in the past, back during the old den days, but I haven't seen him very much recently, except for this Aboriginal Australian woman. And I was fucking dying. the gist of the video is, I'll give a quick shill for Bearing, I suppose, is there's an Aboriginal Australian woman, and she has a mole in the center of her forehead, and she really hates immigrants, and everyone thinks she's an Indian woman. It's so funny, and she's seething about it. She's so mad about it. It's so funny. You can check that on the Bearing channel. I think it's either on Rumble or maybe on YouTube as well. The Dragon's Treasure with a 5 says Camelot tried to say I ran away scared of him IRL. Really? That's kind of crazy. Tell me more, Dragon's Treasure. That sounds like an interesting story. I still need to confront him IRL for that. Some of you guys are good. Some of you guys are cool. Don't go into Anime Matsuri tomorrow. YouTube won't let me say what I'll do, though. Oh, very interesting. What can I say about that? Except go to thedragonstreasure.com and buy some delicious anime-inspired tea. Hold on. How do I turn this fucking thing off? There we go. There it is. Thedragonstreasure.com. A haven for anime and tea lovers. Their most popular brand, the apple tea cider. You should pick some up now before the recipe changes, as the Dragon's Treasure is looking to innovate, as he's constantly innovating to bring you the best tea for your buck. And the way to get the best bang for your buck is to use code COPE, not code criminal, although the savings using code criminal are pretty criminal. But if you'll get 10% off using code criminal, or you could save an additional 5% by using code Jubal, but I won't talk about that anymore. All right, we got Tiberius with a 20 months. He says Camelot gives heavy Parasite shill vibes. You can't be, my boy Camelot, you can't be saying those things about it, man. I can't take it no more, man. I gotta be honest. If I could drive Zoom Zooms and be friends with Malcolm Middle, I'd probably do it. Roger the Shrubber with a $10 says, don't forget to like it before this wee rat. But no, wait a minute, Robber the Shrubber. No, wait a minute. Blazy with a 2 says, meme brand coffee, let's go. And Pod Lucky with a 10 says, for Black Dad's Coffee War Chess Fund. Much appreciated. Kick Boys, I know you're still there. We got Range Queen just subscribed. We got Jer Noble send in 5,000 kicks. He says, I'm melting. By the way, someone also sent in 1,000 kicks before the stream. I don't know who that is, but thank you very much. Timothy Sneedson with a 5. And I think that's all of them. If I mentioned Manny, Nose Goblin, and Nose Goblin again, and also Disobedient Dog Mum. And in case I forgot, Ziggy also gifted 10 subs. I think I mentioned it twice, but I mean that's pretty rad. I need 140 more followers on Kick, and then I'll have 1,000 followers on Kick. That'd be crazy. That'll actually be crazy. Like 2 streams are up to 1,000. They might be giving me brand deals and shit. Who knows? I'm still learning how to use Kick, by the way. Like, people told me there's some problems with the auto moderator. I'll try and figure it out. I'll get some people I'll give some brooms out to the loyal sweepers that I can trust to not actually ever use their brooms, because that's the only rule in my chat, is to not spam. By the way, I don't know if I'll talk about this, but I'm not gonna give them any attention. I was going to mention that I actually found a legitimate Jeremy fan who was going nuts in the chat and was spamming me, and then they're spamming me in my other videos, and they are actually unhinged. And I was like, okay, now I understand how Jeremy has an audience. And I was going to show, I removed their name and everything. I was going to show you the tweets, but I decided not. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the higher road on that. Anyway, there you go. Use the Dragon's Treasure. And good stuff, good stuff. Let's get the chat back on the screen so they can get me removed from 2 platforms at one time by doing naughty stuff. All right, so there you go. I think that was it. That was it for that one, I think. So very, very funny to see Jeremy embarrass himself again. We went through that one. Now, this is the stream, I think. So this is where it's set. May 1st, San Diego, 9 p.m. EST on Rumble. The quartering is going to come on live and address everything. So this is going to happen on Rumble so that Jeremy can't flag people down. So May Day, you know where to check in. I think, what time is May? What time is this for me? 9 p.m. May 1st. 9 p.m. Wait. 9 p.m. May 1st. EST to J down. Time is this for me? This is like, what is this? 10 in the morning? I guess I could listen to that on May 2nd. All right, I guess I'll be there to listen into it. Good stuff, Flash. Very cool. Looking forward to seeing it. Right, this is the part where I go nuts, because while Jeremy was also Stabby McStabwood, member for 5 months, says, "I'm the best Janny for Sean. I just antagonize other Jannies and mod almost no one." That's the kind of janitor that I'm looking for. The only rule that I have in my chat, by the way, is just don't spam. You can say anything you want, provided it's not terms of service, but don't just spam the same comment over and over and over again. If you post it once, that's fine. You can say whatever you want. Just don't break terms of service, don't spam. That's it. That's literally it. And all of my janitors should know that, although I have very few, just like 2 people, basically. And if I could have less, then I would. I can see Max Murray's. He's probably going to get the chopping block soon. All right. So Jeremy is now, we got the gas report, okay? He's got gas. Gas, of course, being gear acquisition syndrome. This is what photographers go through. But this actually triggers me. So you can see here, he's asking Grok, macro lens, S5, Lumix, closest. So he's trying to find a macro lens for his unsleeved media channel. First of all, most people don't actually know what a macro lens is. Jeremy certainly doesn't know what a macro lens is, because he doesn't need a macro lens. He needs a zoom lens with a variable focal length so that he can do, oh, look at this. I'm unboxing. Oh, look. Oh, man, we got a Charizard. We got to zoom in. Look, now we've got a Charizard. That's what he needs. He needs a zoom lens, and preferably with a shallow depth of field, okay? But Jeremy's got it convinced in his head that he needs to buy a macro lens, which people use for, they do use macro lenses for taking pictures of small things like bees and bugs and flowers and things. But that's because what a macro lens does is that the pixels match a 1-to-1 ratio of what you're taking a picture of. So if you take a picture of a bee, it's the same size as it is in real life on the sensor, essentially. So you get really good detail like that. You don't need a fucking macro lens to take card unboxing videos. You could do it on your fucking iPhone. In fact, this is a big problem for YouTubers in general, but specifically YouTubers that have no idea how to do anything. And this happens to new YouTubers all the time. You don't buy gear to grow. You grow and then you buy gear. He thinks he can solve his unsleeved media unboxing problems by buying new gear. That's not the problem. The problem is the content is bad. So I actually got triggered about this. He says, I clearly don't understand camera lenses. Well, that's true. I have a Limit S3. Well, he means a Lumix S5. And bought a 50mm lens, the Nifty 50, very classic one that all basic bitches buy for their cameras. But I need to shoot ultra macro. No, you fucking don't. What, are you going to be doing the PSA gratings yourself, Jeremy? You don't need ultra macro. Grok says I need this. Well, this is your first problem. Grok, is this true? Grok, is it true? What camera do I need? I need this one, but isn't this further away? I essentially need to be right in front of the camera. No, you don't. I need to be right in from the... So he's fucking drunk, by the way. I'm translating this in my mind for you. It's like reading hieroglyphics. I need to be right in front of the camera. I think we want the camera on top of you. If you want the camera to be in front of your chest, then what you need is not a macro lens. You need a camera with a short, minimal focal range, which typically on macro lenses is very small. I think in the Lumix's case, I think it's like 20 centimeters though, which is pretty. This is probably too far away for what you want. Not sure though. He needs it for sports card pack openings. Can't reach over too far. You know, a really good way to increase your range of motion is to remove everything over here. But I can't get into that anymore, apparently, for YouTube. So this is when he gets to this part. Hotep on Twitter, Bad Banner on Twitter, who's a very funny guy. Another person that I like to steal content from. Steal those tweets. I'm a quote tweet. I'm a serial quote cheater. Quote reply, add snide remark. Let's fucking go. So he ordered this. And anyway, is there any camera bro? If you're a camera bro in chat, I shouldn't reveal the lens, sorry. If you know what a cameras are and you know how lenses work, press 1 in chat. And if you don't have any idea, but you're just in here for the love of the game, press 2. I'm a happy merchant. I mean, I am sometimes. Jeremy decided that he wanted to order an $800 lens. He ordered an $800 lens, but this is the funniest shit that I've seen in a long time. He ordered the Panasonic Lumix S-Series camera lens, 14 to 28 millimeter lens, ultra wide. Oh my goodness, it's got macro capabilities. So basically, I'll break it down like this, okay? You know when you take a picture of the moon, you know when you're walking out there with your loved one, apparently I have no idea what this is like, according to this person that was very mad at me in the chat yesterday. If you're walking out with your loved one and you see the moon and it hits your eye like a big pizza pie and you say, that's a snap for later, and then you take a look on your iPhone and it's shit and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's tiny. That's because you're using a wide angle lens, typically around 14 millimeters. Okay. So what Jeremy's doing here is he's buying a lens that's going to make him look like he's further away from the cards. Now, he could put this in front of his chest and go really close, but that doesn't make a conducive environment for opening packs. You want to have like a thing on top, you have it shooting down, and you want to have like maybe 50 to 100 millimeters, so that you can zoom in, zoom out. That's how it works. So basically, he's bought the exact opposite lens, and I find it very funny. So I said to about this is now wait a minute, Jeremy, no, don't buy a wide angle lens for a macro shot. He doesn't understand focal length. He's got gear acquisition syndrome. He's shopping to distract from chickening out from going on yellow flash, which is exactly what's happening. He got stressed and he wanted to spend money to feel better about himself. But I just thought this was really funny because he bought the wrong fucking lens. I actually have, well, I don't have the Panasonic lens, but I do have this focal length in my collection, a fine addition to my collection. But I use it for astrophotography, not opening Pokemon cards. Sorry, this is that joke is probably like, it probably literally only appeals to me, but I had to make it say, this is my stream, okay? Split my sphincter with a £2, says Bearing was trying to help. That's the saddest thing, is like he generally was just trying to help a friend. And sometimes your friend's got a problem like alcohol, which Jeremy does have, or coping, which Jeremy does have. He's overdosing on copium. He's huffing it down. Your friends have to give you an intervention, and sometimes it just doesn't take. And that's a sad moment because you realize that the person that was your friend, they're no longer your friend. They're the alcohol or they're the copium, especially in my case. All right, so Hotep also had this. Kiwi found out that Jeremy of the Quartering uses a shock collar and pinch collars on his dog. Let's see if this. Okay. Now, Jeremy doesn't believe in any bad tactics, just bad targets. And he said that he doesn't want any naughty things to happen to anyone except for Hassan. So this is a bit of a flashback to when the Hassan shock gate happened. Let's see what he has to say about that. He shocks his puppies. He's a dog shocker. He pinches his dogs. He sneaks up behind them and goes, pinchy, 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 and they report him to HR. That's not appropriate behavior in a workplace. I mean, technically, Jeremy's house is his workplace, so that's a true statement. Oh, it's muted? Is it actually muted? Oh. It's so fun to have two chats that can take the shit out of me. Now I have to do all my jokes again. Let's just pretend they never happened and just pretend they're still funny.
Right. Well, I can tell you this, as somebody with prey-driven dogs, I was trained by a trainer on how to use an e-collar and did use it when he was young, and he wears it when we are
he shocks his dogs
out in public. I have also used a pinch collar
He pinches his dogs. It's inappropriate. It's like harassment in his workplace.
because
It's not still muted. I'm
that's all
laughing.
that gets a 100-pound dog's attention. Now, when does he wear that collar? At class and when we're in public. That's it. He doesn't wear it at home. He doesn't wear it when we're playing. He doesn't play it when we're on a regular walk. He doesn't even wear it at doggy daycare.
All right, I ruined it, but Jeremy shocks his dogs. And he's criticizing Hassan for being a dog shocker, but he's just as bad as Hassan. It's still muted. I don't believe you. Although I am worried about it. So I ruined it. I ruined my 30-second giggle session there. Alrighty. So let's I guess we're into the coffee section. Yes, we're into the coffee section. I think. Yes, indeed we are. Let's just check in on everybody. Let's see. We got Judy Spitzer gifted 1 sub. Dirty to 82 gifted 1 sub 6 minutes ago. Kiwi Possum gifted 100 kicks. Rage Queen, I think we mentioned her. There you go. All right. So this is by Luther Morgan. I'm going to like this video right away. So Luther Morgan is the evil genius that is currently coming after Jeremy. He did the political grift scam. He's doing the coffee investigation. And by political evil genius, I mean he can read, which is enough to be an evil genius compared to Jeremy. But no, he's a very smart guy, and also he's getting very funny. It really is hilarious because like Luther Morgan, he came into the scene, he makes this book about the lolcows, and everyone's like, okay, who's this guy? Is he grifting? Is he just trying to make a quick buck off of like some sort of like, a popular trending topic? But he didn't just drop the book. He stayed in the community. He started becoming a part of the conversation, and now he's putting out videos that are rivaling Jeremy's metrics, and he has a mere 6,000 subscribers. And these aren't just videos. These are good videos. These are research videos. There is journalistic integrity in these videos. And they are he's getting funnier too. This is like, he's getting stronger, chat. Like, do we have to take him out before it's too late? He's getting funnier, he's getting smarter, and he's getting stronger. He's getting too much power, chat. He's really going to be Lex Luthor by the end of the year, and he's going to turn on all of us, and it's going to be over. Oh no. Apparently Billy Oki says with a 5 Singaporean dollar says Meme uses his camera to take pictures of the dark side of the moon. Kind of, but only during the eclipse, I guess. So I guess that's true. The Clint Beast with a 5 says my dog is 100 pounds and he doesn't wear a collar at all unless he's going to the groomer. And it's just a regular collar. This is Cope from Bear. Oh yeah, you don't need to use shock collars if you train your dogs correctly. I mean, that's pretty basic stuff, right? He doesn't train his dogs correctly because he's lazy, and that's why he shocks them. Also because he probably enjoys it because he's a bad person, allegedly, in my opinion, etc., etc. All right, so let's go into. Oh wait, no, sorry. Before we get into the coffee video, we have to do this. Okay, we have to shill the book. I'm going to put the Amazon book link in both the Kick and YouTube chat. I guess this goes to both of them. The lolcow book is in depth. It has got some facts that even I didn't know about such lolcows as iDubbbz, The Quartering, Nick Recader, and Boogie 2988. It is actually very well researched, and I believe it's free if you have Audible. Pick it up, listen to it at bedtime. The sultry tones of listening to lolcows. Check it out. It's lolcows. Hold on, we can go lolcows book. We'll click on the link for him there. There you go. The world's first book on internet lolcows. I actually really love the title of this book. The Internet's Never-Ending Tragedy by Luther Morgan. Lolcows. And he's Luther the Writer on YouTube and Twitter. And let's see what's happening in his most recent investigation, shall we?
Season premiere of Unsolved Mysteries.
All right, we're going to learn about the Brew Illuminati now. Is it muted, chat? We can't read. If you can't read, then get the audiobook. It's free if you have Audible. Unsolved Coffee Mysteries, Part 3.
Tonight on Unsolved Coffee.
All right, wait. I got to shill one more time, okay, chat. We're at 363 likes on YouTube. If we get over that magical number of 400, that's when YouTube shares it out. It shares out the VOD. It shares out the live stream. More people know about Jeremy, the Liquid Courage Coward. Okay, we got up to 400 likes, and then our stream got taken down last week. So maybe if you hit the like button right now, we'll get taken down again, and we'll have to go exclusive on Kick. Who knows? Don't make me hit the like button.
Hit like if you like the show. If you don't like the show, don't hit like, or hit thumbs down. Be like, this guy sucks. I don't mind. But if you do like the show, hit that like button. It really does. I gotta remind YouTube that I'm here. They are not distributing things out.
YouTube's they're not distributing my content, chat. They're not sharing out. You like the video. Look, by the way, this is some people have been asking me recently about advice for YouTube. Advice for YouTube is pretty simple. You make content that people want to watch, and if you replace the word algorithm with audience in your vocabulary, you'll be well on your way to being much more successful than the average YouTuber. So, for example, the algorithm's not sharing my content. The audience isn't sharing my content. The algorithm isn't sending my videos to subscribers. My audience isn't watching subscriber videos because they don't like my content. That's how it works. Just make things that people want to see. And one more specific advice: don't talk about casseroles on a lore channel. Would be my advice. Based, we got 415 likes. Incredible. Is it? It is actually muted. Because the thing is, okay, I'll level you with chat. The reason it's muted is because I have to mute StreamYard before I play clips, otherwise it echoes, okay?
Is this story based? Not this time. Not this time.
See, it's echoing now. I have to go back. Sorry, I'll just restart the whole fucking video and just disappear. How about we just turn off the camera and I'll just give my channel to Luther Morgan. How about that?
Roasting Company.
We hit the face unreveal goal.
Tonight, on Unsolved Coffee, a man-child runs a coffee roasting company, but nobody can find it. Where is it? We've already found out it's not in Utah. It's not in Wisconsin. Could the FDA get involved? Can the internet find it? What are the oranges for? How was your weekend? Maybe you can help solve a mystery.
See, this is the thing, is that it's getting fun. Like Luther Morgan's getting funnier and funnier, and he's got these tools that is like just very, very good. Apparently, special thanks to Misty Mochi. I heard someone mispronounce the word mochi today. Anonymous FDA informant. Oh no, and Heiko. This is actually pretty crazy. And when this came out, it was kind of going during the same time as the Kino Casino, and something really, really funny happens. And we're going to get into that. We'll be pausing and all good sort of things as we go through those. Is it Misty Mookie? No, it's Misty Mochi, right? Like the
hey
rice
guys,
cake.
Luther Morgan here. Hope you like that little intro.
I did.
We got a banger of a video today, guys, because we have people contacting me from all over. And I just want to say right off the bat, thank you to everyone who's sending me messages, giving me updates, telling me about, them reporting it. If anybody hears back from Coffee Brand Coffee, Amazon,
by Luther
the
Morgan.
FDA, or anything like that, please send me a message. You can remain anonymous if you want to, or if you want me to shout you out, if you have social media, you have your own content, I'd be more than happy to do that, because unlike Jeremy Hambley, we actually want to, we want to respect people's property. And if you have your own...
Yeah, imagine sharing content that you watch and consume. Couldn't be Jeremy.
Investigation and your own information, I want to be able to...
Yeah, like once Luther Morgan learns about dark mode, where he's just going to be the best streamer on YouTube, and we're just all going to hand over our microphones and mute buttons.
You out so you can get credit for it, because we have 3 viewers that have come forward. It's kind of like a viewer special here that have told me new information. So we have people internationally from Heiko who found the Coffee Brand Coffee YouTube channel. We're going to visit that. We have someone doing real on the ground work, real journalism on the ground, trying to find the coffee factory in Arizona, guys. Misty Mochi or Misty Mochi.
I'm pretty sure this is Misty Mochi.
And then we have a FDA person, an FDA employee who wishes to remain anonymous. So we're going to go through this FDA employee.
This FDA thing is really, really funny. And I did hear a bit of this on the casino today. But basically, there's this guy that works the most boring job possible in the FDA department, the Food and Drug Health Association, everything like that. You know who they are. They hate their jobs. They sit in their chairs all day with nothing to do. If somebody contacts them with an interesting story, Never give a government employee with a boring job an interesting task to investigate. That's the worst thing that you want. And it's so funny.
Thoughts about Coffee Brand Coffee, as well as some of the resources they're able to bring to the table, as well as some.
Keno was last night, not today. You're not going to fucking believe this. But for me, the Keno Casino was on at 10:30 in the morning on a Thursday. Well, I guess, yes, it was the Thursday today. And I'm currently streaming at 11 p.m. on a Thursday. So it happened this morning, and now it's tonight. This is, look, we're stuck in fucking Australian hours here, okay? So everybody's watching the stream upside down, and you think it's evening. It's not this, or you think this is the morning show. This is actually an evening show, okay? Does my entire chat think that we just have our Friday stream and just start drinking at 9 a.m. in the morning? Like, did you guys just think we were like weekly morning drinkers? Because the whole point of the Friday drinking streams that we used to do, we still try and do them, but we're busier these days, is that it's Friday night, time to relax with some drinks. And yes, everyone just thought we were drinking at 9 a.m. for no reason. You just thought for the last 3 years we've been day drinking on a weekly basis at 9 a.m. on a Friday. What the hell? Oh no. Oh no. Jeremy does? Well, that's true. 11 a.m. Oh my goodness. It's 11:30. No, actually, it's only 11:03.
Corrections on some of the things that I had said, or polish up some of the things that I had said, and that we can hear this.
Wait, is this true? 704 Cup with a 2 says Quartz dog bit someone, talked about. So he's not only is he a dog shocker, but he's also a bad dog trainer. I mean, doesn't surprise me, because dogs respect strength and discipline. Two things that Jer would know nothing about. He can't even walk on a treadmill.
Employees' opinion as well. So let's get into the video, guys. Here is the Coffee Brand Coffee YouTube channel. As you can see, here's the introductory video.
Can somebody donate to Luther Morgan to tell him to put his YouTube into dark mode? No, we're just kidding. Do you ever think Sargon will make a video? I don't think so. Sargon is much too successful and much too mainstream these days to comment on sector shit. But thank you for the £2.
So this is like Mill Creek Coffee Roasters. This was their initial advertisement. But I wanted to focus in on this video with this young woman here. So there's a close-up of the food in this video.
These are from the Mother's Day boxes that Jeremy bought too much of, and he had to put $300,000 on a 7% high-interest loan.
I wasn't able to make out any of the distinguishing marks on it, any of the nutritional facts like food labeling, anything like that. I wasn't able to find it on this close-up, but perhaps somebody out there on the internet, they might be able to know who this person is.
Wait a minute.
But perhaps somebody out there on the internet.
This young lady has a nose ring. They made Mother's Day political.
They might be able to know who this person is. So is this person like a professional model? I don't mean to dox them in any way. I just mean, is this person a professional model? Is she an influencer that does advertising? Is this a former employee of Jeremy Hambly? Is this a person that works at Mill Creek Coffee Roasters? The person that sent me this tip said that they were able to identify them from the Mill Creek Coffee Roasters Facebook page. I looked through all the pictures. I didn't see the resemblance myself, but maybe somebody out there knows anything about this. So let's get to the night, guys. So this is friend.
All right, before we get into this, not simping, just saying, send a packet up. Jer, send him to the slaughterhouse with 1,000 kicks. Holy crap, this is great. Like, this is crazy support on the kick. You know what I'm going to do is I've got this Boogie body cam. I was going to make it part of a show, but then I was like, well, we'll just cover the Jeremy stuff. After tonight, we will go over to Kick and do the body cam watch for the Boogie, but that'll be a Kick exclusive. So the YouTube bros, you can come over to Kick, or you can go about your day when that happens. We still got a lot of this show left today, but then we'll get into that. So we'll do that on Kick tonight to celebrate for the Kick boys. If I can figure out how to actually shut down the stream. That's the caveat. If I can't figure out how to shut down the stream on YouTube and not on Kick, then just suffer, I suppose.
The channel Misty Moki, and already pre-liked the video. So this is the on-the-ground journalist.
I think it's Misty Mochi, right? She has this skin the color of a Yukimi Daifuku, which is my favorite mochi sweet. Megsy with a 5 says, cheers, mate. Hiccup.
In Phoenix, Arizona, who actually went out to the Coffee Brand Coffee area where it's supposed to be. Now, it broke just a few days ago that Jeremy Handley's trademark for Coffee Brand Coffee had expired, and the address
that's probably good for him,
listed
though.
on that trademark paperwork was in Phoenix, Arizona.
Coffee
Now, as
Brand
you can
Coffee is like a
recall,
terrible
I think
brand
in
name.
part 1 of the series, I got an email from either Maggie or Angel, whoever the hell it was supposed to be at Coffee Brand Coffee, and they said that it was shipped out of Phoenix, Arizona, which is very similar to where the trademark address was. Now, of course, that trademark expired, and quite frankly, he probably should let the trademark expire because Coffee Brand Coffee is a terrible name. But this person, this on-the-ground journalist...
Oh my goodness, we're actually becoming Asmongold. True. Actually, you know what's crazy is I heard that Asmongold went on Caleb Hammer. I'm actually keen to see that. Like, I'll probably watch that when I go to the gym. If I ever return to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in like 2 weeks, but I've been so busy. Got to make it an everyday thing, but I can't go tomorrow. But I'm very interested in hearing that. But apparently, Asmund has no idea how much money he's making, but he knows he owes $4 million in taxes. But anyway, the reason I bring this around to Jeremy is that if Asmongold can go on Caleb Hammer, surely Jeremy can too. I mean, if he's got the money.
Actually went out there. So let's go ahead and check out their video.
Oh, Caleb Hammer went on Amazon Gold? Okay.
Coffee. None of the products he received after ordering Coffee Brand Coffee.
It's a bit quiet.
Packaged.
So Luther Morgan says, I apologize for the low audio. The error was my recording, not her. I got to say that thank God that Luther Morgan hasn't figured this out yet. It means that we still have time because he's evolving at such great speed that he's going to be eclipsing all of us, but he still has audio issues. So he's still here with the rest of us who keep muting our stream after like, what is this, 3 years of streaming and I still can't figure it out? So fortunately, Luther's still got a few weaknesses, okay? This is his kryptonite.
Correctly with
True.
necessary information that the FDA requires. This was motivation enough for me
Try and turn this
to
up a little
hop in
bit,
my
and then I'll talk
car,
quieter.
drive
So she's going to the actual place, guys. So give her a like. She's putting in the work.
She's driving.
trademark registration to
I'll put her
see
channel
if I
in
can
the
find
chat.
answers. In-
Misty Mochi.
So just to show you guys, we are currently at the address I just listed, which is 3259 East Harbor Drive, Suite 101.
So surely this is where the coffee factory is.
She has a Twitch channel too. I'll link this in the chat for you.
Which, if we look up right here, we're right in front of the Meta PCs building. So is this where the coffee is shipping from?
They're making coffee inside the... Wait a second. Are they selling coffee? Are they smuggling it in PC boxes? No wonder RAM's so fucking expensive. No, like this is obvious. Like the thing is, we all kind of know that Mill Creek Coffee Roasters, the woke coffee company, they white label for anyone who wants to pay for them, and we know that Meta PCs who run Player One Coffee use their coffee, and we know that Jeremy has sponsorships with Meta PCs and that he uses the same Mill Creek roasters. So of course they have the same location. This isn't really a surprise. It's just like it's more fun to see it in reality, essentially, is what it is. But yes, this makes perfect sense that both Meta PCs and Coffee Brand Coffee would have the same headquarters because they're basically the same coffee company. I mean, they use the same coffee, but there it is.
I would like to preface this by saying, please do not contact the employees at Meta PCs. They are just there doing their jobs and they don't have any control or say.
Yeah, our beef is not with Meta PCs.
Shenaniganery that Jeremy or Coffee Brand Coffee are up to. Any questions that we as the public...
Wait a second. Firebrand says with a 5, they opened a Daiso store 45 minutes away from me and ended up spending $200 there. What the hell? So Daiso, I mean, if Daiso is like the dollar store in Japan, usually everything's 100 yen. Did you buy 200 items, or American Daiso, everything's like $10 or something? Oh wait, Sleazy snuck in with a 10. Let's fucking go. Says, I dug this up yesterday. Joe uses GoDaddy from his Coffee Brand Coffee website, is registered to GoDaddy in Tempe, or is it Temple, I assume, Arizona, which is 5 miles from MetaPC HQ. Odds they said, oh, use them to host your site. I mean, pretty high, I would assume. It's fun. It's so much fun to see how many people are interested in Jeremy. Like, there is only perhaps 5 people that are on Jeremy's side And 2 of them he's paying thousands of dollars a week. So there you go. War Wizard with a 2 says the oranges are for juice. This is a morning show. You know what? I love oranges, despite the lies I was telling yesterday. Maybe that's why I got removed for false information for saying that there's no oranges in Australia. I actually love oranges so much. I'm going to go buy a bag of delicious sweet mekans, I think, today. Well, not today. The mekan shop is closed.
Need to be directed to Coffee Brand Coffee in a professional and courteous way.
I agree.
So the building itself is in an industrial business park close to Phoenix International Airport. It's tucked away from the main thoroughfare, so you wouldn't necessarily know to look for it unless you were specifically seeking.
So right here, guys, this is
Tempeh?
3,
Really?
2,
What the fuck is this? Get a real place name like Adelaide.
259. So this is where Jeremy Hambley listed his address for his trip.
Just a second. So Kitty says sponsored by Big Orange. Sorry, we'll stop the pause in a second. I'm just curious to see if there's a Big Orange in Australia, because like a special fun fact about Australia is they just have a bunch of big shit. So there's like the big sheep, the big gumboot, the big banana. If I search for Big Orange Australia, will it actually... Oh my fucking God. How deep does this conspiracy go? It's happening, chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No. It's true. Big Orange really does rub at everything. Oh no, not the Big Orange. Can we see it? No, it's there. It's Big Orange. And it's from South Australia. That's where my dad's from. So literally I am under the shadow of Big Orange. It's true. Oh my goodness. Kitty exposed me. It's time to delete the channel. Like all this stuff about flagging, that was just cover. I'm just actually Big Orange is controlling. Yeah, exactly. Like there's a pretty good, like real talk chat. If there's a pretty good chance if you type big/anything into and plus Australia, you'll find it. Like there's a big pineapple. There's a big banana. There's a big boot. There's a lot of big shit. Looking for the big sheep is really funny, actually.
Hello.
All right,
How
let's
was
get
your
back.
weekend?
Sorry. How was your
Recently,
weekend?
there's been a lot of allegations that have come out about a YouTuber named The Quartering, or also known as Jeremy Hambley.
Big if true.
One of the things that really jumped out at me were the accusations leveled against him and his coffee company, Coffee Brand Coffee. If you aren't familiar with Coffee Brand Coffee, their main selling point is that they offer flavored coffee and it's sold directly to you via shipping. You can't go into the store and buy it. So you...
Yeah, because it's not a Walmart. But the funny thing is the flavored coffee, and in particular the double caffeinated coffee, is actually Jeremy's Achilles heel. It's going to be even funnier. And there's actually a little bit of 4D chess that's not in this video. You have to be following on both the Twitter of Luther Morgan and the videos if you want to get the whole story. Also, careful, Jazz Drunk just subscribed 2 minutes ago.
Buy it from their website. You know, I really wasn't going to jump in on this topic until I saw some videos that were posted this week by Luther Morgan. And if you aren't subscribed...
Wait, so she made this video when Luther Morgan had 4,000 subscribers. He now has 6,000. He can't keep getting away with it, chat.
To Luther.
What have I done? I sent him at least 2 subscribers, and now he's too strong. It's all my fault.
His YouTube channel, you absolutely should be. Luther is the author of the book Lol Cows, the Internet's Never-Ending Tragedy, and it's currently available on Amazon. Some of the questions that Luther asked in his recent videos include, where are the beans roasted? How are the beans being flavored? And what is being used to artificially flavor the beans?
Where's the coffee company, Jeremy?
That last question really stood out to me. You see, I have a lot of allergies to things like perfumes, dyes, and artificial ingredients, and basically all that stuff that's used in stuff like food, soap, shampoo, laundry detergent, on and on. So for me and others like me who have similar allergies, it's very important for us to know where our food is coming from and what is in it.
Now, before she goes on with that, you know who has an allergy, allegedly, is Brittany Venti. Weekend Enjoyer Brittany Venti says, I have a corn allergy. I drank coffee brand coffee, i.e. the blueberry flavor. Corn in America is used for flavoring and preservatives. To think I could have died from Jeremy's laziness or just suffered day-to-day lower quality of life this entire time and not have known. And Madame Savvy responds saying, oh, it's even worse than that. I'm glad that you're okay, but now he admits that he has no idea what he is selling and the product could change without warning. So Jeremy, as this actually happened today, Jeremy had to add a disclaimer to Amazon, and it's going to get worse for Jeremy, as we're going to find out. Some people are saying it's impossible to get his coffee on Amazon. He's pulling it from the shelves at the moment. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but all I can tell you is I'm never going on to Amazon on a stream again. If you have any allergies, please stay away from this untrustworthy company that won't even disclose basic FDA-required information, something you expect to find on Amazon since Amazon requires FDA compliance. Now, Jeremy will have you believe that this is not required because... Wait a second. Do I have 2 instances of this video open? I do. That's weird. Wait. Huh? Oh, no, wait, this is Misty Mochi's video. Sorry, I got confused there. Wait a second.
Trademark paperwork.
Did we start watching the Misty Mochi video by mistake? Oops, sorry. Whoops, whoopsie daisies. Whoopsie daisies. I got confused. She tricked me, chat. How did she do that? Like that's some osmosis witchcraft there. How'd she do that? Now I completely lost my train of thought. He's decoherent. He's got no experience. He thinks he can run 2 streams while having these problems. But anyway, Jeremy will use the coffee defense to say that, like, well, it's coffee, and coffee is an exemption from FDA regulations on labeling the products and everything like that. But that's not true if you flavor your coffee, which is coffee brand coffee is flavored. That's why Josh Moon likes it, because he has no taste. He can't enjoy a good old-fashioned black coffee, no sugar, like I drink. But also the doubly caffeinated, which is also coffee brand coffee. So we'll go back to the correct video this time. Very embarrassing. Oh my goodness. Imagine embarrassing yourself on a live stream. How sad, pathetic.
Address for his trademark paperwork.
Okay, so
all right.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film inside of the location.
Turn this up for you.
But what I can tell you is there is absolutely no coffee in that building.
There's no coffee in the building, guys.
To sell PCs, there is a back room where they do PC repair, and then some offices.
It's PC. It's woke.
Down the hall beyond that. So I don't know where the coffee factory is. It's not here. It's not at the location of the trademark. I don't know where it could be shipped if it is being.
Yeah, so go ahead and watch the entire video.
Now we know we're on Jeremy. Now we know we're on the Luther Morgan video because he's got the light mode on the YouTube. Also, apparently he's been enjoying some Lazy Shell, which is a fantastic song.
For the full context, I just wanted to get that little clip in there. So this is a very, very important on-the-ground journalism that this person did, where they actually went out to the location. So I appreciate that immensely. Guys, well, let's get into the email that I received from a FDA insider. That's the Food and Drug Administration. And I've copy-pasted it into a Word document so that I could enlarge the font, and also so I don't fat finger and show the email address because this person wishes to remain anonymous. So let's go through the message, shall we? So
imagine doing due diligence. Imagine separating your stream PC and the emails, or just opening a Word document so you don't fat finger things and expose yourself like Jeremy does in every stream. And to people at the Renaissance Fair.
Message. Hello, Mr. Morgan. How was your weekend? My weekend is doing fantastic. How is everyone else's weekend going? First, I want to say I'm enjoying your coverage of Jer and his quest to hide his coffee empire. Well, thank you very much. Second, the reason for the message. I'm an FDA employee and want to provide you with some information. You can feel free to use this information in your videos. Okay, thank you very much. I just wish that you keep me anonymous. We will do that. For reasons I hope you understand, I cannot send you anything through official channels. Yeah, I get that. You got a job.
Chat, is this real? First, I want to say I'm enjoying your coverage of Jer and his quest to hide the coffee empire. It has to be true, chat. Only government workers can be this cringe. It has to be true, I think. He's employed.
I work in the human food group, and I have
Can we just, like, it's 2026. Can we stop eating humans? Like, I know this coffee brand coffee thing is a big deal, but like, can we just take the humans out of our food group?
Conducted inspections of facilities for about 15 years. I wanted to give you some clarification on some statements that you made on your last video.
I'm not sure I trust this Soylent Green inspector right here.
Avenue to proceed should you not get the answers you want from Amazon or CBC. So this is very good, because if I made mistakes and there's experts out there, please come forward and then we can correct the record, because it's about getting the accurate information out there.
By the way, I heard on the casino today that allegedly one of the casino enjoyers in the chat was works at Amazon, and apparently they snitched on Jeremy, which I can't condone, but is very funny. Somehow, this lonely wagey cagey who's stuck in the Amazon brand work cages, when he was out for his toilet break, instead of actually taking a shit or taking a piss, he decided to go instead report Jeremy's coffee to the big boys at Amazon, and then he went back to his wage cage and pissed his pants. So can we get some F's in the chat for this brave Amazon wagey cagey boy? By the way, like, I posted in the Discord the Japanese wagey cages. They're very funny. They're actually, the Japanese wage cages are not, I'm not even joking, they actually do have wage cages in Japan, but they're like optional, and at train stations they're actually pretty luxurious.
So now down to business. As far as Amazon goes, FDA has had numerous issues with non-compliant items being sold. Yeah, there's tons of shitty stuff on Amazon. It is very easy to start selling with very little follow-up from Amazon, unless there is an issue with the product. Shocker, it's all dollars. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people saying that, you know, it's just a matter of
Amazon was like a small company run by family members.
time till it gets shut down. Realistically, he's just civilly out of compliance. You know, it's just like I did that last video covering his kind of charity grift. It's not a fraud, and maybe it's a good opportunity.
Let's put a pause on this for a second. So Jeremy, they say that this cookbook isn't a fraud. Let me see what I have it. This is what he's selling in his cookbook. Let's take a look at the tailgates for Trump recipe. Joe Biden shandy gaff. Now, I'm actually a shandy gaff enjoyer. In Australia, they're just called shandies, but in Japan and America, they're called shandy gaffs. So this is what you can get if you spend $10 on the Jeremy Trump Mega Cookbook Tailgates for Trump recipe. Let's see the ingredients for the shandy gaff. Are you ready, chat? I'm about to reveal the secret. I don't know how I got a copy of this. We had to smuggle it out of the Brewluminati compound. Ice, beer, and ginger ale. How to make. Add ice cubes to glass. Actually, I wouldn't do this. I would just refrigerate your beer and or ginger ale, preferably both. Fill glass with beer. Top up with ginger ale. Congratulations, you're now enjoying the drink of an Australian policeman when he's got his lunch break. Recipe for diarrhea. No, this is actually, no, shandy gaffs are actually really good. I actually really like shandy gaffs. It's just beer and ginger ale. It's fantastic. They're really refreshing in summer. And you can drink them and still drive if you're an Australian. Your mileage may vary based on your own countries, though. But Joe Biden shandy gaff. Are these supposed to have jokes in them? Like, how is this? Oh, I get it, because it's like a gaff. Joe Biden shandy gaff. I get it. This really is boomer humor. This is what Sean's lost $5 super chat was trying to inform me. Is it all of these? I was like puzzling about what is the font for. The kerning, I was like seething over that, and then Sean tried to inform me that the boomers love this sort of humor, because I know what a shandy gaff is. Most people probably don't. That's actually kind of fun. I will say that's kind of funny, but that's how I know Jeremy didn't write this joke. There we go. All right, let's continue with the Luther Morgan video. So, cookbook not a scam. I'm pressing X to doubt on that one. Okay. We saw his recipe for chocolate ice cream. The recipe is literally buy ice cream, buy chocolate chips. Wow. Thanks a lot, Jer.
I should say this. It's not a fraud unless he stole the money. So if he's just out of compliance with the correct collecting procedure, that doesn't necessarily mean it was illegal in a criminal sense. But anyway, back to this. Shocker, it's all dollars. Yes. The worst that could happen is Amazon would remove it from the platform. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world, because it would stop people from getting scammed and, it would hurt Mr. Hambly. This would not absolve the seller, manufacturer, distributor from responsibility. Okay. FDA does not provide a certification to facilities we inspect. Okay, so this is a big thing that I got wrong, and it's important to correct the record, because I was requesting a FDA certification. So according to this person, that was not the correct thing. For food, there is no FDA pre-application required before a company can do business. But they would have to register. Any company registered with the FDA would have a FDA food facility registration number. FDA does have several databases that track facilities, but they are not public. That is correct. I wasn't able to find it, so I'm glad I wasn't negligent.
By the way, for the Kick boys, we need to figure out some funny Kick chat stickers and things, and we have a lot of space to add them. Apparently, we get to have like 60 stickers. So send your suggestions through, and we'll try and figure it out.
I have searched within my privileges and have not found any registrations for Mr. Hambly, CBC, or any of the entities you identified in your video. So boom, right there, guys. We have a FDA insider who has access to information and databases that I don't have and that you don't have, unless you work for the FDA.
He's not
and they weren't able to find anything.
He's not compliant.
So this idea that
this is actually really bad for Jeremy, and he probably should have left well enough alone. And now his coffee company is coming crumbling down because he decided people couldn't make fun of his wife.
The coffee factory, that he roasts his own beans.
He's unregistered.
This is federal now. Wasn't able to find anything. Now, that is not to say he is not compliant. Okay, so we're being fair. Let's continue. An individual or company selling food is not necessarily required to register. There are some exemptions for farms, nonprofit, private residences, cottage laws. So, maybe Jeremy's coffee factory is in his basement. And the last and most
maybe that's where his Renaissance Fair victims are too. Maybe they're the ones that make the coffee beans. That's where it all comes. Like, wouldn't that be the funniest thing if it all turns out there's actually like Jeremy's like some Joseph Fritzl guy, Australia's most wanted, and he actually turns out he's in the coffee basement.
Important exemption: retail food establishments. Okay. If CBC sales are more than 50% to direct customers, he would not be required to register. So that's very, very important information as well. Food safety oversight would revert to the state or local government body. However, because he has introduced his product into interstate commerce, he could potentially look at...
Very funny Sean reference in the chat there.
I think it means he could potentially be looking at misbranding charge for non...
Reminded to use code COPE on Dragon's Treasure instead of code potentially.
Client label. Charge in our language simply means we have observed you doing this and you need to correct it. Right. It's a civil thing, not criminal. Failure to correct could lead to a warning letter.
Another Sean reference. Oh my goodness.
Or other regulatory action. Yeah. So they'll send a strongly worded letter. For the small business labeling exemption, it only covers the nutritional facts panel. So
we need more funny Jeremy names. I really think that Cortisol is the funniest one. The Brew Illuminati was cracking me up today. I stole that from the Kiwi Farms. But Genoble is pretty good as well. Code criminal? Like, no, that's criminal savings on coffee. Wait. Use code criminal on coffee brand coffee. Use code COPE on Dragon's Treasure. How about that?
This is something that I brought up as a possible exemption in my video. But according to this person, it does not exempt businesses from ingredient statements, allergens, net quantity, weight, and most important, name and address of the business. So I'm glad that that was in there. So even if it doesn't have nutritional facts, and by the way, that nutritional facts are not necessary on the plain coffee, just the regular coffee beans, not the flavored ones. So yeah, it still needs to have the name and address of the business according to the FDA employee, which I think everyone would agree with, and I think probably most people would consider common sense.
I mean, basically, yeah.
The product you ordered with flavorings and the coffee with undeclared extra caffeine would all need the appropriate label.
Now, Jeremy started to seethe and cope on Twitter about this. I believe I have a couple of these. Oh my goodness, not the Shandy gaff. Oh dear. Let me see. Do I have this here? I think it is during this part here. Okay. Also, by the way, another coffee company has hit the Jeremy's towers. Sam Hyde needs a new coffee partner or reboot of $1 million caffeine. Must have per lot COCs, metal, OTC, OTA, pesticides, etc. Single estate, co-op, or washing station, DME. So Jeremy lost another collaborator. It's fucking over. Sam Hyde is actually literally on the scene. Jeremy got pretty angry when Mrs. Savvy says, so I hear that Mrs. Coffee Brand Coffee is violating the law. I happen to be a big health enthusiast. My passive interest in the dumpster fire now has turned to my full attention. Jeremy says, in a very feminine coded message, oh my God, with 5, no wait, count it, 6 exclamation marks. Elaine would not like that. It's so over for me. A bunch of terminally online retards don't understand the difference between coffee beans and normal FDA regulations. Well, no, this is Cope brand comments on Twitter, because coffee beans that are flavored or have added caffeine need to be labeled. Where's the factory, Jeremy? Coffee is exempt, not if it's got flavoring, extra caffeine or flavorings. From the disclosures they are pretending I need to make. That said, I'm going to add them just for fun. Google. Oh, I totally don't need to do any of this, but I am going to add it just for fun. That's just tee-hee, just fun. Tee-hee, just fun. Just going to recall all my coffee, relabel it, or throw it all out to make it FDA compliant so I don't get my entire business busted in my business pussy. So he got absolutely like fucking destroyed. And then he fell into the trap because Quartering, while not mad and not drunk and not dodging the flash on live stream, because he was afraid of getting drop bared. Oh, I should have said that at the beginning, because like Bearing dropped in to surprise Jeremy. I missed the drop bear reference. That's unfortunate. I should hand in my Australia card right now. It says, hey, Coffee Brand Coffee customers, apparently the new bags people would like a disclosure specifically on flavoring, not our actual customers, just terminally online psychos. Yeah, this is what you want when you wake up for your coffee, is some internet drama. Either way, no problem at all. We'll add it in the future, on all future batches. Always happy to go above and beyond for you. Now, this is when he fell for the trap, because Luther Morgan responded, hey, Quartering / Coffee Brand Coffee Co. You need to put a name and address of the manufacturing facility. Oh, no. And, if applicable, allergen warnings, any caffeine additives, flavorings, nutritional facts. It's the law. Imagine being a food producer and thinking food laws shouldn't apply to you. So, congratulations, you got yourself caught. What's the next part of your master plan? Labeling every bag of Coffee Brand Coffee with Mill Creek Roasters, because that's the only end here. Like, Jeremy should just, like, he just needs to take the L on this one. Like, if we're being honest, right? It's over. Just admit the coffee's woke. They made the beans gay like Skittles, okay? They're all brightly colored. Yes, if applicable. Very funny. Very funny. So the Luther Morgan's trap has sprung, and it's pretty funny.
Okay. I applaud you sending the certified letter. And by the way, that certified letter went out today. So we'll see. I can track that. Should you fail to receive...
But I had my Premiere Pro open this entire time. It didn't lag the thing, though. That's interesting.
A response. I advise you to file a consumer complaint at... and they provide the message there. That's nice. You may submit this anonymously. No, I think I'll use my name. You can provide detailed information and upload pictures of the product for FDA to
He's undoxable. He's using his actual name. This is unheard of in internet circles.
Follow up on. We'll get to the bottom of this one way or the other. Feel free to reach out if you have any other additional questions or need for more information on FDA policy. So everyone else who also reported it to Coffee Brand Coffee. So if you emailed Coffee Brand Coffee at hello@coffeebrandcoffee.com, if you didn't receive a response, well, you can make a consumer complaint. It's well within your right as a consumer, guys.
I mean, allegedly, there is one bag of coffee left on Amazon. According to one of the Discord members, he says that the blueberry cobbler Coffee Brand Coffee flavor with intense flavored on blueberries is the last one left in stock. Free delivery until May 5th. So, and if someone wants to buy this so they can get it in a class action lawsuit or something, I don't know.
Okay, guys. So I sent a little follow-up email. And
unironically, probably like the best, the most sales that Coffee Brand Coffee's ever had. They're like, oh my goodness, we actually sold 10 bags today. It's happening, Jeremy. If we just sell 10 times more, then we'll actually be able to save the coffee company and you'll be able to quit YouTube. And it's like, wait a minute. Oh no, it's all going out to trolls' addresses.
Email in response, of course, you put it in the Word document here, so don't give anything away. Hi, Luther. Thanks for following up. Absolutely feel free to share this information, and I'm not sharing anything overtly proprietary, but we are generally not permitted to provide statements. Now, in terms of getting coffee, I have also wondered how he's distributing this product. As I've said previously, I've searched every avenue I have available to me. I'm about 95% sure there's no coffee factory. So this is an FDA employee, guys. And the FDA.
So Hannah Claire Stain asked why the coffee is so expensive. Because when you buy somebody else's product and you resell it, you have to make it higher price. That's why Uber Eats is more expensive when you order the McDonald's, right? Because they have to buy the McDonald's and then bring it to you. Pretty simple, really. But it is outrageously expensive. And coffee is like one of those things that, yeah, you can spend a lot of money on coffee if you want, but it's actually fairly well priced for the amount that you drink. Jeremy's, on the other hand, though, is it's not looking too good. We got a Matthew Felty. He says the only off-ramp is to launch not what? The only off-ramp is to launch not Jeremy's razor. I don't understand that. Is it political? What does it mean?
Says that they can't find it.
Also, conspiracy of everything, just subscribed.
Being that he started the company in 2022, he wouldn't have necessarily had an inspection yet. Okay, this is concerning. From a public perspective. From initial registration to an initial inspection could be about 2 to 3 years if there were no issues. The riskier the product, the sooner you would have an inspection. Think
Jeremy's razor is a razor company shilled by Daily Wire. Is that real? It clearly can't be very effective. Like, wouldn't you get a clean-shaven guy to sell your razor company? Jeremy looks like you're going to need some pretty heavy-duty razors to get through that mess. You're going to need machetes. And hopefully they miss.
Foods for special populations, elderly, babies, kids, etc. So this would be like baby formula. And I'm also obviously guessing like dairy and meat and stuff like that people could get seriously sick.
Oh, different Jeremy?
Low-risk
Okay.
products like coffee would be on a 3 to 5 year schedule. So 2022, I guess the FDA might get around to checking in on Jeremy by 2027. So this is why it's important that we have an involved citizenry. Hunter S. Thompson said, in a democracy, everyone's got to be a player. Well, I think it's important that we keep food manufacturers accountable. Wouldn't you say?
Accountable.
The coffee is getting packed somewhere. If he is working with a co-packer, it has to be very small. You are correct in thinking that a reputable company would not allow something to leave their facility with a non-compliant label. So
there's some kind of packer, I'll tell you what.
This is in my email that I had sent to them in response to their email, where I said, because in the first video, when we talked about the $380,000 in debt that Jeremy had gone into for Coffee Brand Coffee, I originally thought that this was a massive batch of coffee, pulling a Hambly here, for a co-packer to manufacture, and then he would distribute. But after learning all these FDA rules and regulations and all the labeling stuff, I found it incredibly unlikely that a real company, a real co-packer, they're not going to risk their whole business sending a non-compliant food object out, knowing that it could be recalled or that there could be safety issues. So this is what my concern was to the FDA person, and it looks like they...
I mean, could it be that Jeremy's actually just buying in bulk from Mill Creek and they're not doing any of the packaging, and then he's repackaging himself? Like he's trying to cut costs somehow that way? That sounds ridiculous. But if that's the case, that's very funny. Or maybe the woke coffee beans that just don't care about all this stuff. I'd be very curious to know. That would actually explain why he has such high prices on having to buy everything, because he's like buying like tons and tons of coffee and letting it go moldy, expecting that his like Mother Day is going to save him or something, just like the midterms are going to save him.
Agreed with me. Any decent repacker would work with their customers to address any labeling deficiencies.
This almost sounds like a fairy tale. We bought tons of coffee, and one woman chained to a radiator has to pack all of the coffee. Her name is Maggie the Coffee Packer, and she's our coffee goblin. We save so much from buying slavery and using it to make coffee brand coffee. By the way, we do have the Max emojis in the Kick chat.
Prior to distribution. In the food world,
sadly, have you guys seen the comic with the abuse goblin and he's chained to the radiator? Like it's so esoteric, but it's so funny. And then they give him like a VR goggles, so he lives a fantasy world of happiness. And it's like, why would you give the abuse goblin a VR fantasy world? He's like, well, he's an abuse goblin.
We have seen many businesses take shortcuts to save a dollar.
It's getting to that beat that hour.
It's lack of knowing the regulations, but other times they just don't
care.
One
person in chat will appreciate this.
If you happen to be interested, you can see recalls and warning labels about food firms on the FDA website. These are the worst of the worst, what companies are willing to try and get away with. So according to this FDA person, they think it's very, very unlikely that a reputable company would be operating like this. Public perception is something we're always working against. I'll be honest, most of the time my job is boring.
This is where Jeremy fucked up. This guy's job sucks, and he wants to do anything else but like push his papers around the office. Then he's like, "Oh, fraudulent coffee investigation of internet personalities that I'm interested in. Don't mind if I do."
Most times I don't find anything overly egregious where we would go in and shut things down. Well, that's good. Even if we wanted to shut things down, it's a process. This is where we work with state authorities, as they have more power to immediately shut down facilities with issues. So like in Utah, this is the Department of Food and Agriculture, and all states have this. If we were to observe something concerning during an inspection, we would issue a form
Suffer,
483.
Jeremy.
Side note, this can be found in Chapter 5 of the Investigations Operations Manual, IOM, which is a public document and available on the FDA website. After a company gets a 483, the investigator makes the determination to classify the inspection as no action indicated, voluntary action indicated, or if it's bad enough, official action indicated. For OAI inspections, the report gets forwarded to the compliance branch. Compliance would then review the evidence and decide what action to take. So we get some really nice inside baseball from this FDA person here. If compliance decides to take action, I mean, this is important. I
think PPP said this, but like, this is how you know it's real, is how boring this email is. I mean, there's a few nuggets in it, but this is the thing: is the hard-hitting investigations have to be a little bit boring.
This is my food and your food here. That's what's at stake here. If compliance decides to take action, this is where warning letters, seizures, and other regulatory actions take place. Once compliance is involved, we usually go back every 6 months for directed inspections. I would have thought it'd been every 30 to 90 days, but whatever, to monitor improvements and corrective actions. All that to say, action is taking place even though the public may not be seeing it. However, if a product is reported to be making someone sick, there is an injury, or God forbid a death, this is when the process gets accelerated. Yeah, that's what I would assume as well, is unless they receive reports about people getting sick from eating stuff, it's just not on the regulator's radar. The compliant process has been revamped in the last few years. This is a result of the infant formula issues from a few years ago. Complaints are now given top priority. If you decide to file a complaint, I would emphasize, okay, guys, so this is important. So for everyone who's been contacting Coffee Brand Coffee, here's the real process, the real professional process on how we can take action with the FDA. If you do decide to file a complaint, I would emphasize that you are concerned about the lack of declared ingredients, potential allergens, and anything that may be non-compliant with the label. Communications and label photos are great. So I have all those photos of the products. If you happen to buy this product as well, or you happen to receive it, take photos, please.
I hope that this actually comes true, that Jeremy has to ship everything back from Amazon. He spends tens of thousands of dollars. Then he buys like a label maker, maybe like a Label Baby Junior or something from Amazon. And then he has to repackage every single bag. Count those beans, Jeremy. He's going to be in coffee purgatory for the rest of his life. He's going to be like Smaug, but on a big brown pile. But this time it's coffee.
Please indicate all of that. I would also emphasize
he's a bean counter.
Have attempted to contact the company with no response. So what's the update on that? So I emailed Coffee Brand Coffee, waited 5 business days, didn't receive a response. I know, everyone's shocked, right? So I
put the beans in the bag, Jeremy.
I actually sent the certified mail today. So this would be April 29th, 2026, if you're watching this.
Well,
so we'll see if they respond. Now, if they don't respond, maybe I'll follow up with this avenue. Once the complaint is received, it is assigned to an investigator. I guarantee something like this will result in a directed inspection. So this is really good. In the meantime, keep up the good work, and I'll keep looking on my end. Well, thank you very much. Sorry if this is a little bit rambling, but I wanted to provide as much context as I could. No, I think this is an excellent information, and I enjoy it. If you need further clarification on everything, please feel free to reach out. Well, I really appreciate that. And let's give a big round of thank you to this FDA employee, this FDA insider that decided to come forward and share this information about the food processing plant safety inspection stuff, as well as how do we properly do a complaint. So
I have to say that it is nice to see a Google document that isn't about VTuber nonsense. This is actually like, well, it's a bit dry, like coffee beans. Good work, honestly, here, and very fun to see that the actual legwork is being done by a very capable detective.
Don't flag his videos. Don't do the BS. Let's go through the correct way and the correct methods.
He's calling for a reasonable and measured response. Oh, but honestly, yes, go through the correct channels of this. It seems like Jeremy's stuff, though, like there seems to be no if, ands, or buts about it. You have to ship those coffee beans back and label and or dispose of them. And I think a lot of them are going to be passed by their due date, right? Due date? June date? What did I say? Sorry, I was thinking of it making a joke or not. The June reference, yes.
To get the correct results. So guys, there you have it. So there's no coffee factory in Phoenix, Arizona, and according to the FDA, they weren't able to find anything about Coffee Brand Coffee, Jeremy Hambley, or any of the other entities that he reports to. So the search for Jeremy Hambley's Coffee Brand Coffee Factory continues. And just like Robert Stack used to say in Unsolved Mysteries, maybe you can help solve the mystery.
All right, very cool video by Mr. Luther Morgan. Check out his book on Amazon. Check out his channel on YouTube, Luther, the writer. He's not stopping. I'm not stopping. Not now. Not ever. We're going down with this ship, or up, I guess, if we don't get removed from it. We'll see. I don't know. All right. Now, Warski posted this during the live stream today. He says, the Quartering has added a disclaimer to his coffee page on Amazon. He admits to breaking the FDA regulations on the page. Brilliant move, Jeremy. Disclaimer, while we work to ensure that the product information is correct, on occasion, manufacturers may alter their ingredients list. Actual product packaging and materials may contain more and or different information that is shown on our website. We recommend that you do not solely rely on the information presented and that you always read labels. Well, that would require being able to read warnings, directions before you using or consuming a product. For additional information about the product, please contact the manufacturer. Content on this site is for reference purposes and is not intended to substitute for advice given by a physician, pharmacist, or any licensed healthcare professional. You should not use this information as a self-diagnosis or for treating health problems or disease. Contact your healthcare provider immediately if you suspect if you have a medical problem. Information and statements regarding dietary supplements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent diseases or health conditions. Amazon.com assures no liability for the inaccuracies or misstatements about the products. Taka, grok. How do I write a disclaimer that shields me from all legal responsibilities? Post it to Amazon. Click. It's not going to help you. It's not going to save you, Jeremy. It's going to be fucking over. It's going to be fucking over. What is this? Oh, that's just the video. Alrighty. Do we have anything else in the Jeremy folder? I think that is the Jeremy segment for today. By the way, apparently Jeremy was at a baseball game. Now, this wasn't during the live streams today. I think this was previously, previous day or something, but very funny that he was spotted in real life. He's touching grass. He's spending money for front row seats when he's supposed to be fixing his fucking coffee company. He's not really poor if he can afford to sit this close to the balls. He's staring at this guy's ass. That's what I got me. Never mind. All right. So, we're not going to end the stream just yet because we do have the Boogie 2988 police body cam, an unwelcome visitor. This is unrelated to other content, but we are going to watch this exclusively on Kick. So, if I can figure out how to do it, I will link the Kick page in the chat. I mean, it should be the pinned comment. If you want to continue to join us as we watch Boogie complain about things. Wait, how do I actually... Wait, hold on a second. No, wait. I have to go to my channel, right? View your channel. There we go. All right. So if you want to join us on the YouTube chat, then you got to go here. Okay. You got to go. Wait, how do I highlight this? One thing. I'm confused. There's too many buttons. I'm getting old. There you go. Go to kick.com/MemeCopium. Sign up for Kick. If we can get over 1,000 followers on our the second official, I guess the first official stream as a partner, because I'm a Kick partner now, which is fantastic. I would really like it. We need about 100 people, but if you just want to enjoy in the background, that's where we want to go. Deal with it, YouTube. But we will play the song while we. No, actually, you know what? You won't get any song. No song for you today, but you will get an and while we transition over. Here you go. All right, we'll be right back on Kick for the bonus episode, the bonus segment.
we're opening a free grocery store sponsored by Poly Market, but it was only going to last like a week.
No, that was something that happened. Oh my gosh, that's super. What is that? Water, vegetable juice, fruit juice, 100%. Black tea, green tea, natural flavors, vitamin C. It seems like a much better alternative if you have to drink. I have to drink. I do like V8 and like a Bloody Mary, but no. Oh my gosh, that happened. But it's non-GMO, gluten-free, no artificial colors, no sugar added. I get anxiety, and like it makes me like, I don't know. I have to drink. Damn, they're so good. Having even more anxiety because
he has anxiety. Did this stream transition correctly? I don't know. Welcome to Kick. I think that's correct. It says that the YouTube thing is done, but I think we're still sending bitrate. I don't know. I think it's fine. We're just gonna go. We got Disobedient Dogman for a sub. We got Agent Oranges for a sub. We got Conspiracy of Everything for a sub. He's transitioning. Oh my goodness. Do you guys want to hear my YouTube appeal? I don't know. Should I tell you? This is like, I think I should wait to the response. I have a very funny message with the YouTube rep. I already posted in Discord though, but like I tried. Look, all I'm gonna say is sometimes you have to fight flagotry with faggotry, okay? And if my YouTube appeal goes through, I'll really release the thing. You want to turn off the slow mode? Okay, I'll turn off the slow mode. How about that? We'll go. It's off now. Okay, spam the chat as much as you want. All right. All right. No, we'll wait. It'll be a funny surprise. The Discord already knows. The Discord already knows. Okay, spam as much as the chat as you want. Okay, it's a free for all. Let's fucking go. I don't know. Maybe YouTube is still listening, so you never know. But disable the clanky janitor. Is it really that bad? Hold on. You know, the fun thing about Kick is I can actually play music because you can't do that on YouTube. What music should we play? While I try and figure out, will I disable the auto moderator? I know what song we can play. There we go. I've always wanted to play the song without actually getting copyright strung. When I change. All right, turning off the monitor. Wait, no, I won't show that. Can we actually play this on? Can you just play songs on Kick? I don't know. All right, I'll turn off the auto moderator somehow when I figure it out. How do I do this? I think I have to go into studio moderation, unfiltered, save changes. Okay. I think I turned off the Janny monitor. Lord, I can't change what you find out. Let go. Spam the chat. Spam it as fast as you fucking can. Let's fucking go. No, I don't even know. Probably nobody's subscribing. It's got to be embarrassing. All right, let's go back to the dashboard. You on your channel? No, I have to go back to dashboard. Freebird, let's fucking go. You know what's crazy is my girlfriend loves this song, and every time I'm listening to Kino Casino and it's not playing. Is it actually not playing? Is it muted? Was I not playing Freebird this entire time? It was being muted this entire time. Oh, the stream's just been on, eh? He thinks it's playing. He doesn't know how to do it. He's scuffed. I'm gonna read out every follow, everything. Let's see. Evil Sugar for a follow. Mel Felony for a follow. Doodle Bear for a follow. We got Junior Birkin Steeburner for a follow. We got Blaze Escape Corner for a follow. We got George Floyd Grill for a follow. We got another Felting for a follow. We got Pig Monster Reveal for a follow. We got Jeremy Flower. We got a follow from Azurulus. We got Brandon in Zero Garage Fair. We got Chill Station for a follow. We got Friar Esco for a shallow. We've got Mr. Maya for a shallow. We've got Soft Skirt Nuts for a shallow. We got Groovy Steak for a shallow. We got Stalker Jogger Enjoy. We got Super Iron Bot for a shallow. We got Disobedient Loyal Dog for a sub. Let's fucking go. No Important for a sub as a follow. We got Billy Oki for a follow. We got Kick Dog for a follow. We got Variant. We got 500 kicks from Something for No One. We've got Agent Orange for a gifted. We got Evil Sugar for a follow. We got Lowball Kino Enjoyer for a follow. We got Lily for a follow. We've got Junior Bacon Steamburger for 1 sub. I Mr. Me for a sub. We got Cotod for 50 kicks. We got Lowe's Low HP for a follow. We got Low Temp for a follow. We got Winter Soldier for 50 kicks. We got Leslo HP for a follow. The follows are hard, man. Holy shit. We've got HP Lovecraft Enjoy His Cat for a sub. We've got Sinead Penn for a sub. We got Let's Fucking Go Jeff Freebird Makes Me Give Money Safa for 500 kicks. We got Kick Dog for a follow. Wait, that's a hell yeah. We got a hell yeah. We got a follow from AV. We got T-Pat for 20 seconds. Sent 100 kicks. Okay. There we go. There's no more freeboard. Okay. I was saying that that's actually really difficult. I mean, I was reading out the free ones, but this is the first time you're going to get that. We're only we're so close to 1,000 follows. If you're watching in the background and you don't have a Kick account, please just sign up for Kick and subscribe and follow. You never have to come back to the stream again, but at least get the follows over 1,000. We're so fucking close. The Kick people will think like I'm a real streamer or something. I fooled them into giving me a real channel, and now I have to deliver on the content. I don't know how we're going to do that. Now imagine being fat like PPP and reading all of that. I don't know how he does it. He's begging. He's asking you to subscribe to a website that he's actively invested in. Very cool. No, Kick is fun. Like, it's actually, I feel like, honestly, like the people signing up for Kick and the support from Kick feel like I had a weight lifted off my shoulders a little bit, because I am quite stressed about the flaggetry that's going on, because they literally are zealots. I didn't show this on YouTube, not to give them the benefit of it. I don't want to give them the benefit of it, but basically, and I won't. I'm just going to show you what I mean, so you know what it's like. Where is it? I've got this somewhere. I think I saved this as average Jeremy fan. Yeah, average. Like I muted. I censored all of their names, but these are the people that you have to deal with. Like this person, like. They were spamming in the chat, and I told them no spamming, and they got removed. And they just go to all my videos, and they leave actual encyclopedias about why I'm a bad person and stuff. And they literally zealots. Okay, this is why you have to be careful of these people. It's like, another idiot slanders Melanie Mac and Jeremy again today. Do you really think it's not obvious you target Christians specifically because you expect us not to live to the standard you never give a fuck about anyway? There is no why no Christian is even allowed to take anything random Google heads say against other Christians. Seriously, biblically, why would we? Do Google heads think Christianity is more stupid than you? We all understand Gog. No Google head has... What does he mean by Google heads, by the way? Has anything in their puny minds that any Christian would ever give a fuck about in their first damn place. This smear campaign is straight up retarded, Google head, jealous behavior, and you will all go to hell if it actually exists. Like, these are the people that actually support Jeremy. Like, they're actually... actual zealots that literally believe that you're only going after Melanie Mac and Jeremy because they're Christian. They put on the Christian grift, and these are the people that Jeremy sends to flag you, if I'm being honest about it. Like, we know there's a Discord where they coordinate gay ops, and these are the actual believers, actual zealots, actual retards that think that people like myself that criticize Jeremy for the very real things that he does, and says look, you can't go and perv on chicks and try and attract children, go on a children's girlfriend quest in the Renaissance Fair. And then they're saying, no, it's actually you who's going to hell to tell you the truth about it. That's what you have to do. Those people are actually unhinged and insane, and quite a danger to the ecosystem. Alrighty, there we go. What's this? All right, let me see. Yeah, the singing Freebird while muted was very embarrassing. The funny thing is, one of the things that person said, that crazy zealot said to me, was that you're only mad about Jeremy because he can talk to women in real life. And I was just about to say, oh my goodness, mate, his armpits are sweaty. What the fuck is that? Why am I sweating from live streaming? How fat am I? I'm gonna have to go back to the black t-shirt after this. My girlfriend loves the Freebird song, and she unironically listens to it, like just whenever she's like listening to music. So if I'm watching the Kino Casino while I'm working and she hears it, she always comes by and she's like, "Oh my god, I love this song. He's perspiring. He's PPP maxing." But it's like I try and keep the internet things I mean like on the internet away from my like real friends and real relationships and thing. He has a girlfriend. Yeah, of course. I've always had a girlfriend. I just role play as an incel. That's what makes my YouTube appeal very funny, by the way. To give a bit of a spoiler. But oh, where was I? Yeah, like she's actually watches like when I'm listening to Kino Casino. And they had the bunny episode where they were wearing as like the bunny costume and the carrot. And when they started going, "Whoa, bunny," she was like freaking out. She was like, "Oh my goodness, that's so cute. He's dressed as a bunny rabbit and he's saying, 'Whoa, bunny.'" That's funny. Like the bunny OPSEC is like pretty and crazy. He talks to Foids. Are you still in Japan? I am still in Japan, yeah. All right, let's watch this Boogie video. I've been like baiting this along for a long time. So this is the Boogie 2988 body cam on Alyssa Clips' channel 5 days ago. I liked the stream. What are you doing, Kick? I guess you just follow or you spam in the chat. Is that what you do? Or is there like spam emojis, right? I have to say, I really do like the Kick chat. Kick and Twitch have vastly superior chat to YouTube. It's not even close. That's the only really, apart from YouTube's ridiculous moderation, the chat is the thing that I really wish that we had on YouTube. All right, let's see. Boogie gets a home invasion. Let's have a look.
You don't mind if I come inside? No, I need your help to do some.
Fuck YouTube.
Hey, I'm Corpus Santa Fe Police. What's going on?
Yeah, so I've got a content creator who lives in Northwest Arkansas.
What the fuck is this? I guess this is part of something they're doing for Local Live, but he's just got like what the fuck is on his chest? What the fuck is that? It might be doo-doo. It's slop. He's a slob. It's eggs. It looks like cum stains.
Constantly
How would you know about that?
Comes to my property unannounced. Other people.
Why did all the men in the chat suddenly agree with me for some reason?
There, so thinks it's okay. Today he walked into my house unannounced.
Okay.
I'm not okay with that. I chased him off my property.
Okay.
I very, very much like to file some paperwork, so I have a legal.
What the fuck is this? I didn't notice this because I watched the first video. I watched the first minute to see if it would be worth it for the stream. So the deepest lore about this puppet is Jeremy made. Oh, sorry, Jeremy. Oh my goodness, I'm mind broken. Boogie, what's his name? Francis. Francis made this puppet, and when he pulled his real teeth out to get the fake teeth, he put the real teeth into this homunculus puppet. Actual cursed behavior. And now I guess it's like it's there with the Pikachus and the little cow and the Eevee and whatever that is. It's like it's some really spine-tingling stuff. I think I saw that in like an EFAP episode or something where they talk about the real human teeth being inside this puppet. It's also in the arcade machine too, which is very funny.
Of course, the next time he's on it.
Okay.
No, Desi, let him in.
We're so close to 1,000 followers.
My wife let him in because she didn't know.
By the way, we gotta hold on a second. We gotta mention one thing about the Kick channel, which I think is very, very funny. So I gotta go to Kick, and then I go to my boy Nikita. Oops, I'm broadcasting myself. That's cringe. Is this Nick's Kick channel? Is this the real channel? Like the Ricada, because Ricada Law, he was bragging about. Why did he look like he has Down syndrome? So he got. Oh yeah, he's got the thing. So Nick said an illustrious deal was coming through. An illustrious deal was coming through with Kick, and he was like, "Oh, the Kick support instantly partnered him, and it was such a big deal and stuff." Then he can't monetize his Kick channel because Google Stripe doesn't recognize his photo, So basically, he said that the cocaine has damaged his face in such a way that his driver's license can now no longer be used for verification. So he was pontificating about how good it was to have an extra monetized platform, but then he couldn't even monetize his kick despite being given instant partner status. And by the way, never mind, I won't mention that. I won't mention that. But look at that. Can we get 20? Can everyone spam 21 in the chat right now for call it? Ring it up. 21 followers. I could follow him right now, but I'm not going to. We're almost to 1,000. Let's get some 21s in the chat. Holy shit, this is an active chat. This is fun. This is very fun. The post show. The post show. Should we do the post show in Kick every stream chat? We could just do that. We could just do this post shows every fucking time. Oh my god, is it actually happening, chat? This is actually a really good idea. Yes, Sneed. Yes, 5-1. Yes. I like the random Sneed poster that just like said Sneed in the middle of all those yeses. All right.
Any better? Okay. But I still don't want them on my property. Is that reasonable? Okay. Yeah. Am I being a reasonable person?
Where is she at?
Yeah, but you. Desi!
Why the fuck is Keemstar talking to Boogie during this thing? Like, don't you like leave the live stream when the police show up? But he's doing these like boomer lolcal humiliation rituals or something, so he can't. As his dogs are yapping all around them, although they are very cute.
Sorry, they made me eat eggs. I'm doing a stupid YouTube show. They made
you can't leave until you eat all these eggs, Boogie.
Me eat raw baby fertilized eggs.
It's scripted. Is this all? Wait, yeah. There's his child bride right over there.
I'm gonna change shirts for your discretion, sir. That's okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Look, she's wearing a dress. Oh wait, no, that's just one of Boogie's shirts.
So yeah, he said he came up to the property, came up to the yard, and he was like, "I'm supposed to be here. I got this food."
He's not meant to be in my house. I don't care if he works in the company.
What the? No, wait a minute, Boogie. No. The officer's like, "Sir, put down the shirt. Put down the shirt."
Do you mind if I talk to her, please? Just real quick.
Or you want to talk to him too?
What a beast.
Okay.
Backup unit arrives. I'm not surprised by the man tits. I'm more surprised by the man wings. Like he's got like wings in his. I've never really seen a creature like this.
You drove over to your coworker's house and was allowed in. Yeah.
You talk to the piece in there, change your shirt.
You're gonna want to talk to that guy too.
We're supposed to, right? Should I be keeping the chat off screen on Kick? Is like, will I get in trouble? What are the rules over here?
This guy stalked the guy on camera right now. Keemstar. Okay. This guy.
I'll put it back on from time to time.
Let's.
I think it's fine at the moment.
Let's just separate.
Yes, he did. I have it on video many times where Keemstar said he stalked.
There are no rules. I don't think this is true. I think there are some rules, and you do need to be a little bit careful. I think Rumbles where there's no rules.
You got a sec where we can talk alone without these folks?
Unfortunately, because of my previous experiences, I'd much rather have a record of this conversation.
I always think the body cam thing is a kangaroo, by the way. I'm like, why the fuck is there a kangaroo in every body cam?
Sure. Did you want to record instead of that?
Unfortunately, this is my job, and I'm technically at work.
Okay. All right.
Unfortunately. The funny thing is Jeremy was like, he's going to have to get a JOB. It's the dirty word for YouTubers to say. But even the lolcow farms, the retirement home for dead lolcows, and their careers go to die. I mean, when their careers are already dead and they're on life support, they won't even take Jeremy. He's too toxic.
As long as it doesn't distract you too much.
No, it won't.
Okay. What's going on, man? Who is this other guy he's talking about?
So Kalo, he's another, well, not really a YouTuber. He's like a streamer, a newer streamer that's been introduced to the whole lolcow universe.
Do you know his real name?
I don't know his real name.
Caleb, is it K or C?
Kalo with a K, I do believe. I don't know much about him. He's
Troonsign just subscribed and said, "Have you turned off the bloody the auto mod's off right now?" I think if we're live on YouTube and I've got chat on screen, I'll keep the auto mod on for now. But where we go to Kick exclusive, I'll turn everything off. How about that? Also, T-Pat with a full send 100 kicks.
a couple times, like over here, we had like a couple streams where we were doing like garage sale and yard sales, and he's like stopped by. But other than that, he, like he said, he has stalked his boss.
I turned it off. It's on minimum.
I
don't know what to tell you. The auto mod is turned off. So it must be, you must have said something so offensive that it brought the auto mod back from life.
always worry about him like eventually stalking us. And so like today I didn't think really much of it because like he works for the show and like he had groceries and he was like, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to eat this food with Steven. So that's the only reason why I let him like follow me into the house.
The Diablo t-shirt, by the way. You got Lilith and Asmodon in the same house here.
So, are you live here too? This is your house too? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I'm Steven's fiance.
Okay, gotcha.
But they're not married yet? Wait,
so
how long have they been engaged for? Like a decade? Surely she's over 18 now and Boogie can marry her.
He shows up, says, "Hey, I got some food for y'all." He comes in, you open the door and let him inside. What happens after that?
So yeah, he walks into the studio. Steven flips out because Steven was not expecting him apparently, and it freaked Steven out. And like he just told him to leave, get out of my house, and escorted him out and screamed at him out of the property, you know, and told him to basically leave, get the F out, and that was basically pretty much it.
Okay, so basically, you let him in your house. He disagrees to the invited guest, and then he tells him to leave, and he leaves without any problem.
Yeah, he basically said that he was let in by me was his excuse, which was an excuse, but like which is true, it did happen, but yeah, that's just what happened.
Okay. So he didn't.
I was gonna criticize Desi here for a second because I have a similar, not similar story, but like I have a story about my girlfriend answering the door one time. I was gonna share it, but I think it's like oversharing, so I'll probably cut back on that a little bit. It is a funny story though.
Didn't push, shove, attack anyone, nothing further. So mostly just a trespassing kind of thing. Okay. Do we know his real name, where he lives? No, what kind of car?
Basically, that's what I told my girlfriend: is never answer the door again. She's no longer allowed to answer the door. I mean, she just does whatever she wants anyway.
Too far. His car, I do believe, is silver, but I might be wrong.
Silver. Do y'all have video footage of his car or anything?
Oh, we might. Actually, yes, our camera. I'll have to get the footage from him, but yeah, the camera on his phone should have captured it.
Okay, gotcha. And so last time we were here, this was part of a show. Was this him showing up part of the show? Or?
No, it's not that bad of a story. I guess I will tell you. I think I've said this before, actually. Basically, what happened is, oh wait, just you? No, she doesn't know about the Kick channel. Basically, we were being to a costume party, and we were going to a costume party, and she bought a maid outfit for the costume party. So she came over to my house and she put on the maid costume, and it's a Japanese maid costume. And like we were getting a delivery, like a food delivery, and she just forgot she was wearing the maid costume, and she went to answer the door, and the delivery guy was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" It was kind of funny. She completely forgot about it. I was like, no, like I was in the shower, I was taking a shower, so I didn't know she was still wearing the outfit, and then like the door rang and she just went up straight. I was like, no, wait a minute, no, don't answer the door, like. I can't look in the Uber Eats guy's eyes again. It's not that bad, but I mean, I should try. I think just not oversharing is a good way to it's good to get used to that, because that's how these things happen, is you overshare over a number of years, and eventually all the stories put together are really funny when taken out of context. But yeah, it's like I had this fucking maid costume. Like, the delivery guy's like, what's going on here? Oh dear. Anyway.
We thought it was, but like I don't know if it's like his show.
But like one thing is that Japanese people are really too trusting as well. So like I never answer the door unless I check through the video thing first, because like there's like solicitors and things who'll come by, and there's like the NHK guy, for example. And there was this big scam that was going on where people would like answer the door for like this fake aircon repair guy or something, and then they'll just rob you. So I just told her, just don't answer don't answer the door and don't answer the phone. You have to start living like an autist. She's like too normie maxed. That's the problem.
But like it just wasn't playing.
The
with
high trust
us,
society,
so,
yeah,
like,
that's the thing. It's the high trust
very
society.
Surprising. You're like,
We, as in both of y'all, thought it might have been part of the show.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say he lives not too far, where of this neighborhood, or like in Fayetteville?
I know he lives in Fayetteville.
The aircon story is straight from a Jav movie. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know like exactly where.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're gonna wrap up with him, and if you need anything, just let us know. Okay.
Thank you so much, y'all.
No, but the thing is, in Japan, you get cult people coming around your house. You get the NHK guy, which is basically a cult as well. And if there's just no reason to answer the door, unless you know a friend is coming over, or if you've got a delivery that you're waiting for. It's just good practice not to open the door to strangers unless you know what their business is, right? That's how I was taught anyway. State your business or fuck off, is what I say. And like the thing is, every door in Japan has like an intercom and a camera, so you can see exactly who it is. So you press the button, you're like, who is this? And then the salesmen will always say something tricky to get like you to open the door and buzz them in.
I've got a coworker who lives in my area.
Okay.
To spend a little bit of time with him, I try to get kind of cool with him, but people continuously send him to my home, which I told him, you're welcome to come to my home, but the thing you're delivering has got to stay on the front porch. I said it over and over and over.
Wait, say that again.
He's sitting in the dark like the Boogie monster.
He said he was going to deliver something, and I said, I'm okay with you delivering it. Stay on the front porch.
Yeah.
Leave it on the front porch. I have a record of me saying that.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I turn around and he's standing behind me. I shot through my skin, dude. And so I probably overreacted. I reacted
Disappeared into fat air.
very angry.
Yeah.
And I told him to get the hell out of my house. I picked up the only weapon they had near me, which was just an axe I used for cutting wood and stuff.
Aim.
Doing home.
Wait a second. Do you believe this? That Boogie's out there chopping wood? I don't think this is true.
Remodeling. So we've been using it to knock down walls and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had it laying next to me. I used it as a prop on YouTube as well.
Sure.
And I grabbed it and I'm like, get the hell out, without he was standing on my yard. So I made the stupid decision to go out. I saw him live streaming from my yard. So I made the stupid decision to confront him there and let him know that it's time to go.
Okay. What did, out of curiosity, what did he drop off? Or what was the item?
They wanted me to eat some sort of Asian delicacy where you have to eat a raw baby chicken.
Okay. And this was this like part of like a stream?
What, like that the duck fetus eggs? He's eating baby chickens. Was it balut? Is that what it's called? Has anyone in the chat ever eaten those? I've never eaten one of those. You know, you don't have to go to Asia and eat all the weird shit. You can just eat like ramen and sushi and things. there's no requirement to eat the scorpions and the freeze dried unironically there's a bug called a cockchafer and they sell them in a bug shop near me. I don't eat them because I don't want to eat the bugs. I'll eat the sea bugs though, like the prawns and the crayfish and things. Yeah, it's a big cockchafer. I'm not even like this is unironically. Well, it's spelled with a H, I think. This is real. I'm not even making this up. Look, it's the big cockchafer. There's a common cockchafer. How do we show it here? See, here you go. I'll just open the Wikipedia so you know it's true. See? Cockchafer. Common cockchafer. It's real, chat. There's no legendary cockchafer. I don't think so, no.
Thing or something like that?
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing.
Okay. So
which again, I have no problem with eating an egg.
Okay.
I eat 5. I don't care. I'll eat an egg.
Yeah.
Right?
So the YouTube thing was you're okay with him coming over, dropping off the thing, but you wanted him to stand
I'm
for it.
specifically okay with what I tell him to do.
Yeah.
If I say today you're welcome into the property, I would be okay with him being in the property.
Yeah.
If I tell him today do not come in,
obviously,
then that means today don't come in.
And what did you told him today you're allowed to drop
I'm not like a legal expert, but the fact that Boogie's girlfriend just let him in seems like he has no fucking case here. And he's just being salty and angry. Like the fact that Keem is like yelling at Boogie at the same time in the background is very stupid. Like just turn off the phone and fucking talk to the cops.
off the item, but I want you to stay on the porch.
Well, I guess that's what making the lockout, right?
Because she's not watching the show. She didn't know any better.
Okay.
So she let him in.
His girlfriend doesn't watch the show. She doesn't love him.
And then, when you turned around and he was standing, I assume behind you, then you turned around, he was in front of you. Where was that at? Was that right here?
It was in my gaming studio right there.
Okay, gotcha.
And just to clarify, this is not like part of the show or anything?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. I just wanted to make that clear, okay?
Anyways.
He doesn't help me by coming into my house unannounced, buddy. It's not happening. Not you, not God, not nobody is coming.
This is like schizophrenia, but it's like digital schizophrenia. Because he's arguing with Keemstar on his phone while the police officer's talking to him while the live stream is going on. This is some dysgenic shit.
My house without my permission ends today. I don't get. So my question is, do I forfeit the right to ask him to leave my house?
Absolutely not.
Just because my wife let him in? Well, hold on. We're going to talk to the cop. We're going to talk to the cop. Because my wife let him in, do I now have the permission? My name's on the property. Sure. Her name is not.
Yeah.
Do I still now have permission?
You have the right to actually tell him to leave. Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So Keem's wrong.
Yep. If your wife lets him in, that's...
Officer, tell my friend through the internet that he's wrong.
It's okay.
He did not leave. He was still on my property.
Okay.
Weird
How
behavior.
long?
Oh, I chased him out of the road because
Yeah.
I wanted them to be here when you got here.
Yep.
I absolutely did.
When you told them to leave,
This
what
body
did
cam
he-
is fake. You can't fake the kangaroo symbol. That's the authentic stamp of a true and real body
he
cam.
do? Like, how long did it take for him to leave? And did he protest in any way?
Yeah, he protested quite a bit. Said, "No, I don't have to. These people on the internet tell me I don't have to. I'm not going to."
How long was he in the
About
house
60
before he
seconds.
left? So
So
about
inside
a
the
minute.
house, he left. 30 seconds.
Okay.
The yard.
Oh, this reminds me of a funny story, actually. So you guys watch the show Pluribus? The one with Carol Baskin, aka Saul Goodman's girlfriend. So I don't want to ruin the plot of the show, but basically, she's like the last living human on Earth sort of story, and everyone's talking to her. Her name is Carol. So there was like a smart fridge, and it was advertising for this show Pluribus, and it says like, "We're sorry, Carol," because that's what they say in the show. And there was a woman that actually had schizophrenia, and her name was Carol. So her fridge started talking to her, but it was just an advertisement for this TV show. But then she was like, "The fridge is talking to me. It's telling me that sorry." And like, it was actually really happening. The thing is, like, even if you have schizophrenia, sometimes they really are out to get you. That's the problem, right? So, I mean, it was a fun show, but like the best thing about that show is like the real hero of the show shows up, like the actual main character shows up like the last 3 episodes basically, and he's like an actual Chad based boy. And now we have to wait until season 2 to see what he actually does. A promising show though.
Okay. So when you told him to leave while he's in the house, it took about 30 seconds to leave the house.
Do I?
Well, it was a smart fridge, and the fridge started playing ads. So congratulations, you should have got fridge premium.
When he's in the house and you tell him to leave, it took him about 30 seconds to leave the house.
Yes.
He goes in the yard and you continue to tell him to get off the property.
Well, he
or leave.
stands out there for 5 minutes without me knowing. He was on the property for a good 5 minutes without me knowing.
Okay, gotcha. And then at what point?
Fucking fridge ads. I love refrigerators. What are you talking about? Fridge ads are great.
Did you see him out there just when you're in your gaming studio?
We reconnected to the Discord.
Yeah, watch 5 episodes and it dragged on a little bit the mid-season. It picks up by the end.
Paul, and I saw him there.
And so you go back out in the yard, you tell him you need to get off the yard, and you protested for another minute and a half.
Is this a Futurama reference?
I'm asking you to leave. I'm now telling you to leave.
Yep.
This is my property. I have every right to defend it. It's time to go.
Okay. All right. And I know you obviously had the axe at that time. Did you swing at him? Did you do anything like that during
No,
that period?
I did tell him the consequences of him not leaving.
Which was
you got to go, or else I'll be forced to defend myself.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, he said the line. We will defend ourselves. Too much crap in tech and crap these days. I'm actually not looking forward to visiting my home country in the future because like Japan is one of the few based countries that still has cash culture. And like when I lived in New Zealand, I loved using my credit card and my debit card for everything. But after moving to Japan, I like using cash again. And I'm like, oh, this is great. When I go back there, I just know I'm going to go and try and buy a fucking hamburger, and they're going to ask me to download some fucking app, and I'm going to actually like fees out or something. But I'll be like, I'm going to be like that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's just when I'm trying to buy a coffee and doesn't want to download a fucking app to buy anything. Unfortunately, I mean, it's not unfortunate, but there's some cashless payment coming to Japan now. But like, it's still mostly a cash is king country, which is nice. There's only a few places in Tokyo, basically. I'm going to the Queensland welfare camps, boy. That doesn't surprise me if those actually exist. Is that the ones that they send to you if you don't give them your internet registration? Social credit introduced in Australia. That makes sense since they're basically China.
All right. So you never swung the axe at him? Did you point at him, throw it at him, anything like that? I'm just trying to clarify.
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Okay. And then when he did finally leave, did he get in his car and just drive off? Was there anything further in
Well,
the
then
scene?
he went down the street to park and stare at my house.
Okay.
So then I went out to the intersection. I said, "You're going to wait here till the cops show because they need to talk to you to talk some sense into you."
Yep. And how long did he? I guess I don't know if he's still there. What car was it?
I don't know.
Okay. Are we looking to do anything today? Are we looking to,
I just want to file a police report in case this happens again. I have a recourse.
Absolutely.
I just want to talk to you about this, so I have a recourse if he does it again. I need to set a precedent here. This is the second time in my career. This is the third time this guy's done this.
Yeah.
And they're telling you that he's not going to. I promise you, he will. It's his third time.
Okay. Do you know his real name? I don't know if you want to say
I said it both other times. I said it both other times.
Do you know his real name?
To what?
Do you know his real name?
No, I know his online name.
Can you? What is his online name?
If I knew his on, I mean, shit, Keem, tell him his real name. Fuck it.
I'm not doing that on stream.
Kalo was the online name? Kalo?
Disloyal Keemstar. Dox him right now.
Is that his like YouTube name or something?
Do what?
Is that his YouTube? Kalo is his YouTube?
Do we have that actual the actual?
Wait, hold on a second. This Automod is actually insane. Alex Stein Daddy said, follow MemeCopium on your alt accounts, boys. AI mod deleted this. Why would the AI mod delete this? How do I undelete this message? That's crazy, Mr. Alex Stein Daddy. What the fuck? I guess it's because like Twitch streamers are like paranoid about other streamers promoting themselves in their chat channels. I swear the moderation is on minimum. Let me check. It's completely unfiltered. I can't do anything. Oh wait, hold on a second. All right, there's a custom setting I can try. Hold on a second. Let me just. We'll play this while.
Yes, I've told them that I used an axe to defend my.
Okay, so I can set sexual content to unfiltered. I'll leave that on minimal. Hate speech can go from minimal, moderate to maximum. So I can only leave hate speech at minimal. Violence is unfiltered. Bullying is unfiltered. Drugs is unfiltered. Weapons is unfiltered. Gibberish. Maybe that's why I got blocked. Is that gibberish is my channel name is gibberish or something? I don't know. Try spamming all the no. Maybe don't do that, but just try seeing what. Let me know what the chat can't say. Okay, but there is actually no option for turning off the auto mod. Not the gibberish, not the gobbledygook.
Myself, yes, I did.
So the question, if you want to document it, I just want
Maybe I can't show it on screen though.
Get his government
I don't know
name.
how
If
this
we can't get
works.
his government name. Look up his YouTube channel, something like
Kick's
that.
been very nice to me. I want to
if you can find
not ruin this straight away.
Is that really?
After 5 minutes of standing on my yard, in my yard.
I'm gonna press X to doubt on Boogie being able to stand for 5 minutes.
This isn't his real name. This is just his.
No, he was standing on my yard, my
What
fucking
app is
lawn
this?
for 5 minutes.
Discord, I think.
Wait a second. So Troonshide tried to post, you bloody something bloody have a goody day, and then that was deleted. Grind up every mystery alive deleted. So the Kino does censor Goyim deleted automod for hate. I can't like the thing is HP Lovecraft's cat. I don't know what you said. It looks like it's racism gets filtered. A lot of racism stuff gets filtered. You can't say hard ha 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 ha. My gibberish wasn't deleted. Sometimes it gets it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know how people are sneaking it through.
This is before I was in the road. This is when he was out, not in his car, on my property still. He was still on my property.
I better not get a fucking email from Kick, because I was having a lot of fun on Kick today. I don't know. I'll have to. I think like the fact that there's an option to unfilter these things, it would imply that you're allowed to say them, right? Look, if the auto moderator is deciding now, Chad, he's in charge.
You promise me right here, right now, you're done. That you'll listen when I say don't come in.
He's checking house rename.
Fire him if he goes to your house again.
Good. Then I'm gonna talk to the cops.
The fuck is this? Is he like gooning on this Instagram account with a cop?
All right, then he says he's not going to do it again. Then let's just leave it at that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
But if he does, I mean, what
This better not be true, Vitamin BK.
Listen, I don't want to screw up because I caught it.
We're getting like one follow every minute. That's got to be great. Tiberius's Victorum, Last Big Dude, Hard Arg Matey, Rat King 88, Crafty Your Bird, Infamous Luigi, Uber Refugee, Jackal 69, Your Crucifix.
Charge. Last time this happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to catch a charge, man.
No, I got you. So if your wife lets him in, obviously he's under the impression he's allowed to come in. He's allowed to come in. As soon as you tell him no, you need to leave. He needs to leave, and he needs to leave immediately. I understand. Well, he needs to leave immediately. Okay. If he
Wouldn't that be funny if we have to? My Kick channel's under attack. Oh my goodness! How do I? My second screen.
He's protesting even for a minute or even a minute on the property, that could potentially be a charge. You're telling him to leave and he's refusing, that could potentially be trespassing, okay? But you need to make sure, like when you say it, I want it said, hey, you need to leave my house and my property. You know what I mean? Because if you say leave my house and then he's standing in the property, well, then you have to go out
That's
there and
why-
say leave my property as well. You know what I mean? So when it said say leave my house, leave my property immediately. Obviously, if next time this happens, you're probably going to want to document it. Meaning, even if it's on stream or something, film him in the yard.
Oh,
The
yeah,
ring camera.
I'm like this.
Film
You
his-
gotta go. You gotta go. Hold
film
my
his
arms at
license
arm's
plate.
length.
Yeah.
And you gotta go. You gotta go. I mean, it's pretty
so-
well documented.
Again, and you're allowed to carry a weapon to potentially defend your house or your home.
Well, I mean, maybe not for Boogie anymore because he discharged a weapon at Frank Castle.
But you can't obviously use it until he is violent toward you. You know
Right,
what I mean?
I never would. I never would.
I doubt you would, but I'm just saying, just so
The
you know
only reason I
next
got in
time.
trouble last time is because I didn't know that warning shots are just for the movies, and now I know.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
that I own a gun, not that there's a gun on the property, not that I'm allowed to.
Yep.
But
yeah. All right. Any questions?
Boogie is such a great lolcow. I'm not sure if I agree with this. Oh my goodness, the camera unreveals happened. There we go. Back to the original profile picture that I forgot to update. It still survives somehow. I'm going to share screen again. That's right. We're almost to the end of this. It's been a while.
no, thank you guys for your response time.
No worries, man. Take care.
So, just so you know, every call we go to, it still generates like a little. It's kind of a report. It's just not something that you take to the prosecutor.
Oh,
So
they'll-
it's still documented.
Okay, well, they will also get the Freedom of Information Act, so I'll...
You know the thing I'm most excited about is listening to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared songs on stream again. What's that? A tasty treat? You don't want to go and eat a treat like that. Oh wait, that's not even right. What's that? A tasty snack? You don't want to go eat a snack like that. Greedy to eat all that. You'll end up with your teeth all grey.
Wave to your...
Sure.
This will be on...
Play Rama Rama? Oh my goodness, we can play.
Yeah,
We can
here's
play
how-
Rama Rama.
Take care.
Oh my goodness, the Friday streams are definitely happening only on Kick.
You said it wasn't.
We'll have to do like a 10-minute introduction to the next Friday stream on YouTube. But we can Rama Rama every stream now.
It sounds like a trespassing. Like she lives here. She opens the door. He comes inside. Sees him, freaks out, and says, "Get the hell out of my house." And he's like, "Okay, I'm getting the hell out of your house."
Yeah, well, he said he could come over anytime he wanted to, but just drop the package off on his front porch. And it sounds like from
Does Boogie have portraits of his puppas? That's kind of cute.
your side, he like knocked on the door and she let him in.
Basically, yeah. So I have groceries for the show. But
Yeah, but like you said, it sounds like there's something to trespassing into. So
Okay.
All right, chat. All right, that's the first official Kick stream. Spam that chat. Spam it. Thanks for joining us on the Kick. Follow if you're not followed. We're almost to 1,000. How far did we get to? We're 47 follows away. I love the little dancing things. They're cute. The rat's really good too. I love the rats.
Don't be Rama Rama, just messing with your brain, so you're dead with it. Do you understand? You don't sniff petrol from a can. You put the petrol in the car it goes. Don't be Rama Rama, sniffing up your nose. Don't be Rama, 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 don't be Rama. Love your friends, protect your family. They are with you when you are lonely. Don't bandera, don't bandera. When you stop, your brains will be clear. Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah! Come on, come on. We could the leaders of your islands. You don't save petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the United States. Don't be Rama Rama, just messing with your brain. Say you're dead with it. Do you understand? You don't save petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the car it goes. Don't be Rama Rama, sniffing up your nose.
You not deadly, you Rama Rama. Gonna get caught like Bill and Osama.
Yeah, yeah, I tell you, 'cause 'cause I can't tell you.
When I was walking in the spirit, seeing the boys and girls, I was sniffing too much petrol, killing your brains.
We could be leaders of your darlings. You don't sniff petrol from my can. You put the petrol in the car instead. Don't be rama, it's messing with your brain. You say daily, do you understand? You don't sniff petrol from my can. You put the petrol in the car it goes. Don't be rama, sniffing up your nose. Use your brains, think about your caution.
All right, chat. It's bedtime. Peace.
What about my shredder? What about my shredder? What about my shredder? My personal home shredder. What about my shredder?
Yes, and the shredder. Yep.